After fully securing their second straight WAC championship, the Hayes High Lady Indians will now go and search for their first undefeated regular season in school history against their in-conference rival, the Great Bend Panthers. And with that, we welcome you into Hayes High School on this Friday night evening, along with our entire Tribe Broadcasting Network crew. I'm Hank Corsair. And this season, Hayes High has done everything that was asked of them. They've beaten every team that's been put in front of them by large margins. They've won both the Hayes City Shootout and the Colby Orange and Black Tournament, where they had to face some tough competition. And they've secured back-to-back WAC championships to set up tonight's matchup, where they can now clinch the 1 seed in the 5A West Sub-State. But aside from that, they will be honoring their 5 seniors tonight, which consists of some of the biggest key pieces to the team's success this year, such as future Ottawa Brave and 1,000 career point scorer Molly Martin, all WAC selection Katie Lindenberger, Kinley Winter and Riley Dreher, who have been key pieces for Hayes High on defense, and Jay Saroa to round out a group that has contributed a lot to this team over the last 4 years. And this game is literally the perfect way to end the regular season for Hayes High. You get your biggest rival, you're honoring your senior class, and you've already secured the program's 9th WAC championship as you set atop the 5A West standings. So tonight, the Lady Indians will not only look to continue their success in this rivalry, where they've won 15 of the last 16 matchups, but they'll also be looking for their first undefeated regular season in school history. And we'll take a look at both teams and also some games happening around the state tonight when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
With the latest from Tribe Broadcasting. Are you interested in going out for a spring sport? Well, with Hayes High's variety of spring sports such as baseball, softball, boys tennis, girls soccer, boys golf, track and field, and girls swimming, there might be just one for you. These sports start Monday, March 3rd, so make sure you get your physicals turned into the office by Friday, February 28th, if you wish to go out. This has been the latest from Tribe Broadcasting.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Prophet. We hope to see you there, and remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
Respecting officials and complying with the rules are a crucial aspect of any sporting event. Without these elements, the integrity of the game would be compromised. This is Jamarcus Tyson from Junction City High School, your 6A representative of the Acacia Student Advisory Board, delivering a message on behalf of the Kansas State High School Activities Association.
Hello everyone, this is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians! Back here at Hayes High School on the pregame show as the Lady Indians get set to wrap up their regular season against Great Bend. And before we take a look at both teams, we'll now take a look at some of the games going on around the state tonight. Starting off in 6A, a huge one tonight between two rivals, Blue Valley Southwest going on the road to take on Blue Valley North. Also, Blue Valley will go on the road to take on 14-4 Bishop Miege, one of the top teams in 4A. Marion is at home tonight taking on Wichita Classical School. That one is part of the 2A state playoffs. Seaman and Shawnee Heights will play each other tonight, and that's a notable game for Hayes High. Hayes High is currently the top team in the 5A West, but Seaman is also undefeated, and Hayes High will secure the 1 seed tonight if they win by 15 or more due to marginal points. Washburn Rural's on the road taking on rival Manhattan, and then Olathe South, they'll be at home tonight taking on Shawnee Mission Northwest. And then rounding it out, we have Salina South at home tonight taking on the Hutchinson Salthawks. And finishing out, Spring Hill is at home tonight taking on the Ottawa Cyclones out of Class 4A. And now we'll take a look at both teams, starting off with what Hayes High did in their last game. So the Lady Indians remain perfect going into their regular season finale tonight at 19-0. And just like they've done all season, they took care of business on Tuesday night as they defeated Dodge City 60-15. And as we look back at that game, the Red Demons jumped out to the early lead, but Hayes High would use their first run of the night to take a double-digit lead where they led 21-9 after the first quarter. And once the second quarter started, the Lady Indians did what they did in the first matchup against Dodge City and shut the Red Demon offense down by only allowing 2 points at the beginning of the quarter, which followed with Hayes High scoring the final 15 points of the first half to lead by 25. And the offensive and defensive combo carried into the second half for the Lady Indians as they took a 52-12 lead into the final 8 minutes. And with a running clock fourth quarter, the Lady Indians outscored the Red Demons 8-3 in the fourth quarter to secure the 45-point victory and give the program its first back-to-back WAC title in 22 years. But that game on Tuesday, it was just a reflection of what Hayes High's season has been like. They've used aggressive defense to limit looks to the basket for their opponents as they held Dodge City to just 5 made shots and forced a season-high 38 turnovers. And Hayes High also has been able to rely on a mix of youth and experience, with Jenna Schmeiler once again leading the team in scoring as she finished with 17. And Molly Martin ended up as the other Hayes High player in double figures with 12. And Katie Lindenberger also finished with 9. So we'll see what Hayes High does tonight as they look to fully secure the 1 seed for Sub-State next week, as they currently sit in the driver's seat to obtain that top spot. And we'll take a look at the standings real fast. Like we said, Hayes High is tied currently with Topeka Seaman at 19-0. And then the 5 teams that follow in the rankings from that point on have finished their regular season. Andover's 19-1 as the 3 seed at the moment. And some other notable teams are Arkansas City, Maize South, and Bishop Carroll, and Cape and Mount Carmel, who finished 15-5. And if the season were to end today, as we take a look at these standings, Hayes High would get a matchup with Topeka West, and then the winner of Hutchinson and Andover Central. And Andover Central played their final game last night, so they finished the regular season at 13-7. So now we'll take a look at Great Bend. Great Bend, the Panthers come into tonight's game at 6-13 and fresh off of a loss to the Heston Swathers 66-32. And as we take a quick look at that game, Heston led 39-18 at halftime, and Great Bend just couldn't find a way to get back into the game after that as they turned the ball over 19 times, allowed 48 points in the paint, and allowed the Swathers to shoot 52.8% from the field as the Panthers suffered one of their worst losses of the season. And the Panthers have just struggled to find their rhythm all season. For starters, this is a young team that lost all 3 of its WAC selections from last season, including current Washburn-Ichabod Mercedes Spray. But some of the other problems for Great Bend are that they're only averaging 35.5 points per game this season, and they've struggled to take care of the ball as well. Luckily, though, they do have some seniors that they can rely on, such as their team leader in scoring, Cassie Elligood, and Deshauna Bryant, who has been a key part for Great Bend's defense this season as she leads it in the categories of rebounding, steals, and blocks. So we'll see how that translates for the Panthers tonight. And we'll take another break, and we'll have the starting lineups and tip-off when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or ticket.
Sportsmanship is more than shaking hands before and after games. It is striving for fair play, positive behavior, and respect towards your opponent. It can also highlight the character and integrity of an athlete, whether they win or lose. Therefore, it allows an athlete to develop maturity, responsibility, and perseverance while maintaining a competitive spirit. Achieving good sportsmanship is shown not only on the field or court, but also how an athlete positively treats others in everyday life. This is Shalaya Inslee from Marion High School with a message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Student Convention.
Hello everyone, this is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports, including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, and baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians!
February marks Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, a time to recognize the importance of healthy relationships and raise awareness about the dangers of teen dating violence. Every year, millions of teens experience abuse in their relationships in various ways. It's critical to understand the signs and take action to break this cycle of abuse. If you or someone you know is in an unhealthy relationship, reach out. Stand up against abuse and offer support to those in need.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Prophet. We hope to see you there, and remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
Sportsmanship is more than shaking hands before and after games. It is striving for fair play, positive behavior, and respect towards your opponent. It can also highlight the character and integrity of an athlete whether they win or lose. Therefore, it allows an athlete to develop maturity, responsibility, and perseverance while maintaining a competitive spirit. Achieving good sportsmanship is shown not only on the field or court, but also how an athlete positively treats others in everyday life. This is Shalia Inslee from Marion High School with a message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Student Advisor.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or ticket.
With the latest from Tried Broadcasting. Are you interested in going out for a spring sport? Well, with Hayes High's variety of spring sports such as baseball, softball, boys tennis, girls soccer, boys golf, track and field, and girls swimming, there might be just one for you. These sports start Monday, March 3rd, so make sure you get your physicals turned into the office by Friday, February 28th if you wish to go out. This has been the latest from Tried Broadcasting.
Back here at Hayes High School, and we are set to tip things off in the regular season finale as Hayes High takes on Great Bend. Hayes High entering with the 19-0 record, and Great Bend entering at 6-13. And before we tip things off, we will take a quick rundown of our starting lineups. For Great Bend, they will go with number 0, Meredith Mazouk, number 4, Cassie Elligood, number 11, Alyssa McCauley, number 14, Jillian Reimer, and rounding it out is the senior, number 24, Deshauna Bryant. And for Hayes High, they will go with an all-senior lineup for senior day. It's Katie Lindenberger, Molly Martin, Kinley Winter, Jay Soroa, and Riley Dreher to round it out. As we take a look at our uniform description, Hayes High is wearing all white with the maroon numbers and letters, and reading Indians across the front with the gold outline. And Great Bend wearing all black with red letters across the front, reading Great Bend, and white numbers. And the tip goes up, and it was going in Great Bend's direction, and it went to Katie Lindenberger, and then she threw it in the backcourt, and we have our first turnover of the night in the first 3 seconds. Just a little bit of confusion there. As the tip went to Great Bend's side, Katie Lindenberger was able to run it down and then threw it into the backcourt to Molly Martin. So it will be Panther ball as they walk it up the floor. Jillian Reimer being guarded by Jay Soroa loses the ball as she tries going to the right wing, kicks it over to Elligood, and on the cutback with Jay Soroa on the defense, there'll be the layup for Jillian Reimer. So Great Bend gets the first points of the night. Now Kinley Winter with the ball on the left elbow. Throws cross court to Riley Dreher. And now goes into Jay Soroa. She'll find a cutting Katie Lindenberger, who's double teamed by Meredith Mazouk and Deshauna Bryant. And that'll be a foul against the Panthers. It was a tough catch for Lindenberger to make, and they get him for the foul. So Hayes High will inbound it, 3 across the baseline, and then 1 at the free throw line. As Molly Martin takes it on the left corner, she'll kick it out. Jay Soroa, she'll try the shot from the left block, and it gets blocked, but she was fouled as she attempted the shot. This will be the second foul against Meredith Mazouk in just the first 35 seconds of the game, and a player went over to the scores table for Great Bend. They will make a substitution. So Jason Rowe will go to the line to attempt her 5th and 6th free throws of the season, and she gets the first one to go. Huge round of applause from the Hayes High fans and the student body as she makes her first career start tonight. As we just saw our first substitution for the Panthers. Checking in was the sophomore, number 23, Alex Myers. And the second free throw is good. So Jason Rowe, who only attempted 4 free throws coming into tonight's game, able to tie it up for Hayes High, and the ball was deflected out of bounds on that last play. But Great Bend will keep possession as they throw it in front of the Hayes High band. Pass goes into McCauley, being guarded by Molly Martin. Hayes High pressing a little bit. She'll get a screen as she tries to go across half court. And gets it across just in time, but Kinley Winter steps in and gets the steal. She goes to the other end. No one around her. Left-handed layup, no good. Gets her own miss and misses again. Riley Dreher there, and now Katie Lindenberger there for the putback to finish off the possession. So now with it, Great Bend will go into the paint now with Deshauna Bryant. Can't get the layup to fall. Jason Roa gets her 10th rebound of the season. And now Hayes High going to the other end. Molly Martin kicks it out left corner 3 from Riley Dreher on the way. Bounces off the rim, no good. Ball still loose as Dreher deflects it out and able to save it before it went into the backcourt. Now with it, Katie Lindenberger into the paint on the right block, and the layup is good. They'll give the assist to Kenley Winter, and a huge play there from Katie Lindenberger. She scored on the right block. 6-2 is the Hayes High lead with 6:14 remaining in the first quarter. Deshauna Bryant with it, standing on the left wing, tried lobbing the pass in, intended for Cassie Elligood, but she lost it out of bounds, but they're going to say it was deflected by Jason Roa underneath the basket. A lot of Hayes High fans in disagreement with the call, and the officials now having a discussion about it. And it will be Hayes High ball. They overturn the call as Cassie Elligood touched it last as she was double teamed under the basket, and Hayes High will get the ball back. Indians trying to start a scoring run now. Great Bend scored the first 2 points from Jillian Reimer. Now Hayes High scored the last 6. As Riley Dreher takes it, she'll drive in, kick it out to the right corner. Molly Martin, she'll try the three-pointer. Splash! Huge shot there from Molly Martin as the assist goes to Riley Dreher, and Hayes High up to a 9-2 lead. McCauley walking up the floor, being guarded by Martin. Trying to maneuver around her. She'll get the pass in to Deshauna Bryant, and we're going to get a whistle against Hayes High. This one will go against number 30, Riley Dreher, who stepped in and tried to deflect it, but ended up getting a piece of the arm on the way through. And we'll get another substitution now for the Panthers as the sophomore, number 22, Chayla Pendergast checks in. Top shooter for the team at 39% from the field this season, and a three-pointer on the way. No good for the Panthers, but they do get their own rebound to Pendergast. And she'll be called for a double dribble. Katie Lindenberger was trapping her underneath the basket, and she got out of it, but the whistle was called. So Hayes High keeping their same group on the floor as they walk it up the floor with Riley Dreher. She passes the 10-second timeline going towards the right corner. Pump fakes a pass and then gives it to Martin, and now back to Dreher. Kicks cross court to Kinley Winter. She looks, and we'll go back to Dreher. She'll drive in with the zone collapsing, and now a three-pointer again for Molly Martin is good. And we're going to get a whistle, and it was deflected out of bounds once again by Hayes High. And we're going to see some substitutions now for Hayes High. We'll give you a quick update of who's on the floor. Jenna Schmeidler checked in for the first time, and so did Zoe Winter in place of Riley Dreher and Jason Roa. And Molly Martin gets a steal as off the pass in by the Panthers. And Jenna Schmeidler got the rebound off the missed shot. And now Hayes High into the lane, and they get fouled on the way up. Katie Lindenberger was the one that went up for the layup and was fouled by number 22, Pendergast. So Lindenberger going back to the free throw line. 62.8% at the line this season. And the first free throw is put up, and it rattles around and goes in. A substitution made for the Panthers. Jillian Reimer will come out of the game. And in her place will be number 25, Catherine Mazouk. And the second free throw is good for Lindenberger. Hayes High 4 for 4 at the line so far tonight. With it now, McCauley being guarded by Schmeidler, who just checked in a second ago. Gives the pass over to Mazouk and gets a bounce pass into Myers. As she'll look, Kenley Winter able to deflect the ball out of her hands, but they're able to recollect it. As the ball is lost out of bounds, Great Bend tried driving in on the right baseline and then turns it over once again. So we're going to get a whistle and a timeout called by Great Bend. After they scored the first 2 points, Hayes High follows with a 14-point run to go ahead with 4:30 remaining here in the first quarter. We'll take a quick break as the two teams talk things over. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
Sportsmanship is more than shaking hands before and after games. It is striving for fair play, positive behavior, and respect towards your opponent. It can also highlight the character and integrity of an athlete whether they win or lose. Therefore, it allows an athlete to develop maturity, responsibility, and perseverance while maintaining a competitive spirit. Achieving good sportsmanship is shown not only on the field or court, but also how an athlete positively treats others in everyday life. This is Shalaya Inslee from Marion High School with a message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Student Advisory.
Back here at Hayes High School with 4:30 remaining here in the first quarter. The Lady Indians in front of Great Bend 14-2 as they're walking up the floor. Hayes High moving from right to left as they get the pass into Zoe Winter. And now it goes on the right block to Lindenberger, and then she lost the ball as it was stolen by Mazouk. Great Bend trying to go on a fast break, but Hayes High catches up. Driving into the paint is McCauley. She'll pass out. Shot on the way from Elligood is no good, but rebounded by McCauley. And now she'll try a three-pointer. That one bounces off the back iron, and chasing down the rebound is Zoe Winter. Schmeidler with it now. Waiting for the offense to set up. She'll stand up. She'll walk back to the H of the midcourt logo. Zoe Winter with it now at the free throw line. Dribbles around, gives it out to Molly Martin. Now she'll drive into the paint, kick it over to Katie Lindenberger, and the layup is good. Molly Martin gets her first assist of the night, and Katie Lindenberger already up to 8 points here in the first quarter. McCauley with it now, being guarded by Schmeidler. Waits for someone to come to the backcourt to help her out, and it's Alex Myers being guarded by Molly Martin. She'll look, pass it over to Mazouk. Kenley Winter trying to force a steal and is able to poke it out, but Mazouk recollects and throws cross court, and Molly Martin comes out with her second steal of the night. She'll go to the other end of a 2-on-1, and the shot is blocked and rebounded by the Panthers. It was Alyssa McCauley getting her 7th block of the season, and Catherine Mazouk getting the rebound. So Great Bend will slow the pace down as they move up court. The pass goes into Cassie Elligood. She's guarded by Lindenberger. Hands it off back to McCauley, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul call against Jenna Schmeidler. Cassie Elligood fell to the floor, and we're going to say Schmeidler tripped her up a little bit as as there was a screen there for Great Bend. That'll be Schmeidler's first personal foul of the night. And we'll see a substitution now for both teams. We'll give you a quick update of who's on the floor for Hayes High. It'll be Annie Humphrey into the game for the first time. Also checking in is Molly Buckles, and Zoe Winter returns, as well as Riley Dreher and Jenna Schmeidler. We'll get the pass into Alex Myers off the inbound in front of Hayes High's bench. Mazouk with it, being guarded by Dreher. She'll try getting a pass into Deshauna Bryant. Working around, being guarded by Buckles, trying to find the open look, kicks it over to McCauley. She'll try a three-pointer on the way, and it just short of the rim as it goes off the backboard. The ball's still loose on the ground, and Zoe Winter has her second rebound. And at the other end, Molly Buckles can't get the layup to go, and it's rebounded by Prendergast. And we're going to get a whistle and a timeout as Catherine Mazouk, it was at the other end of the floor, got hit in the mouth, and she'll come out of the game to take a look at it. So the substitution for the Panthers will be number 14, Jillian Reimer, who has their only points so far tonight. As McCauley will walk it up the floor. Jenna Schmeidler going with a half-court press and almost stolen by Hayes High once again, but Prendergast gets the pass, gets over to Deshauna Bryant, and she'll try the layup on a double team and can't get it to go, but she was fouled on the way up. We'll get Zoe Winter on this one as she came in on the defense. And the Panthers will go back to the free throw line. This will be their first attempt. They're 46% at the line this season. And the first free throw bounces off the back iron. Shauna Bryant has shot 35% at the line this season. And her second free throw is up, and this one bounces out, no good. And Molly Buckles cleans the glass. And the pass goes up to Jenna Schmeiler. She fell out of bounds. And it's another Hayes High turnover. 2:04 remaining here in the first quarter. Hayes High leading Great Bend 16-2. Trying to go in search of their first ever undefeated regular season as Annie Humphrey gets her first steal of the game. Gets a pass up ahead to Riley Dreher, but she lost it on the floor. Gets it back out to Jenna Schmeiler, and now we're going to get a jump ball as she pulled it away, but Great Bend able to step in, and the possession arrow is pointing in their favor. Another substitution for the Panthers as Jordan Harbaugh checks in for the first time tonight, the 5'6" senior. And Meredith Mazook back into the game as well. As the Panthers look to inbound, they'll get it into Jordan Harbaugh. Riley Dreher on the defense as it's a double team now as Hayes High still going with that full court press. They'll get a pass in up ahead to Prendergast, and she'll try the layup, and it's no good. And then gets her own rebound as she gets the putback. Jenna Schmeiler with the ball now for Hayes High, kicks it over to Annie Humphrey. Takes one dribble, now kicks it over Riley Dreher, three-pointer on the way, high arcing, it's off the glass, and rebounded by Chayla Prendergast. At the other end now, a shot for the Panthers. Jordan Harbaugh gets it to go on the left block. So the Panthers trying to fight back after allowing that 16-point run for Hayes High. And they follow with two baskets of their own as Jenna Schmeiler able to maneuver around and get the layup to go. Had to dip and dazzle a little bit to get to the basket, but she's able to find the layup. And now as we enter the final minute, Hayes High playing tight defense now against Great Bend as this one will go into the backcourt. And we'll see who it was last touched by. It was last touched by Jillian Reimer. Jenna Schmeiler was there as well, and it was unclear who was out of bounds and holding the ball at the same time. But Hayes High will be the one that keeps possession. Hayes High will make a couple more substitutions. They'll bring Annie Humphrey and Zoe Winter out of the game. And they will keep three of their starters on the floor of Martin, Winter, and Lindenberger, and also keep Molly Buckles and Jenna Schmeiler on the floor as well. 9 second difference between the shot clock and game clock as Jenna Schmeiler will take it and kick it out to Kinley Winter. Standing on the left wing, she'll get a screen but won't use it. Now kicks it over to Molly Buckles. Jump shot is good. Second assist of the night for Kinley Winter, and Molly Buckles on the board for the first time. And we're going to get a whistle at the other end as Deshauna Bryant stopped on the right wing and then gets called for the travel. So Hayes High will get 21.6 seconds to work with as they have this 14-point lead. Hayes High playing aggressive defense so far against a Great Bend team that is -62 in turnover margin this season. Molly Martin will stand at midcourt with 10 seconds left here in the first quarter as it was deflected out of bounds by Alyssa McCauley, but Hayes High will keep possession. Molly Martin will take it off the inbound from Kinley Winter. She'll drive all the way to the basket, kick it into Molly Buckles as she cut to the basket, and the layup is good. And a full court shot from the Panthers is no good, but Hayes High will take a 22-6 lead into the second quarter. An impressive showing so far as they go in search of their first undefeated regular season in school history. And we'll have our second quarter action when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Prophet. We hope to see you there, and remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
Hello, everyone. This is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports, including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, and baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians. Back here at Hayes High School as we get set to start the second quarter with the Lady Indians in front of the Panthers 22-6 after they used a big 16-0 run at the start of the first quarter. And Hayes High will keep the ball now as they work from right to left. Pass goes into Katie Lindenberger on a bounce pass, pump fakes once on the right block and then loses the ball. She went up for the shot and got fouled as well. So she'll go back to the line. Has 2 of her 8 points at the free throw line tonight, and Hayes High perfect so far, 4 for 4. So the first team WAC selection from last season will head back to the line, and the free throw is up, and it bounces off the back iron. And she'll get set for the second free throw. Just took 2 dribbles. The shot is up, and it's good. And after the pass into the Panthers, they lose the ball, and Hayes High gets the steal as Kenley Winter gets the layup, and the assist goes to Molly Martin after she got the steal. And another steal for Hayes High. It's hard to keep up with everything. They're just turning it over left and right off the inbounds from Great Bend, but they now have a 27-6 lead, and we're going to the ball was lost out of bounds at the other end, but the Panthers will keep possession. Great Bend looking to inbound. Alyssa McCauley will be the one throwing it in, and she finds Elligood. As with it now is Reimer on the right wing. Pass goes into Bryant, and she'll try the layup. That's no good. And getting her 3rd rebound of the night is Zoe Winter. Pass up ahead to Kenley Winter, over to Katie Lindenberger, and she gets a layup to go. And that's three assists for Kenley Winter, the team leader for Hayes High in that category. And Lindenberger already into double figures with 11. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul call against Hayes High. That's going to be Jenna Schmeidler. That's her 2nd personal foul, and it's the first foul of the second quarter for Hayes High. And she'll check out of the game, and Annie Humphrey will come in her place. Alex Myers will check out of the game as well for Great Bend. As they'll try to get the inbound, just able to get it in before the 5-second rule. And Alyssa McCauley will get the pass back as Molly Martin on the defense. And it's kicked over to Jillian Reimer in the paint now to McCauley, being guarded by Lindenberger. She lost the ball, able to save it from going out of bounds, and we're going to get a jump ball as both Zoe Winter and Cassie Elligood jumped on top of it, and the possession arrow is facing Great Bend. So Great Bend will just stack it on the left side of the paint, and the shot is good by Cassie Elligood. (29-8) is the score with 6:28 remaining here in the second quarter. As Hayes High with the ball, Molly Martin gets the pass from Lindenberger. Cross-court pass, Humphrey pump fakes the 3, and now we'll try the shot from the free throw line, and it's good. Hayes High very successful from the field tonight. They are 12 for 20 so far, and now going back on defense. Great Bend with it. Cassie Elligood throws cross-court to McCauley. They'll try going in the paint, and Kenley Winter has the steal as she saved it from going out of bounds. And that's her 2nd of the night as she'll take it to the other end and pass it out to Molly Martin. We'll go towards the right wing and try getting a pass in to Katie Lindenberger, but it was deflected by Elligood. And we'll get a substitution now for the Panthers as the 5'7" freshman Michaela Minton will go in for the first time tonight. And she'll check in for Catherine Mazook. Hayes High will go forward across the baseline and throw it into Zoe Winter. She'll take one dribble and will stop in the paint. And we called for a jump ball. Lost her balance a little bit as she held onto the ball, but Could have been a travel as well, so Hayes High will keep possession off the jump ball. Molly Martin will get set to inbound it. Hayes High in the box formation, and it will go into Katie Lindbergh. Maneuvers past her defender, and the layup is good. 4 assists for Molly Martin and 13 points for Katie Lindenberger. Great Bend back on offense with Michaela Minton, and the pass goes in. Zoe Winter gets the steal. And now Riley Dreher on a 2-on-2 at the other end, and the layup hard off the glass, no good. And the rebound goes to Alyssa McCauley, but she was fouled immediately after recovering it. That one will go against Molly Martin for her first of the night. McCauley with it will cross the 10-second timeline. Molly Martin still pressuring on defense, and we'll get a bounce pass over to Reimer. Being guarded by Humphrey, trying to maneuver around her. Looking for someone to pass it to after picking up her dribble. She gives it to Elligood, and it was lost out of bounds as Annie Humphrey was there on the defense. She fell to the floor, but Elligood touched it last, and now we're going to get another substitution for Hayes High. Molly Buckles back into the game. She'll go in place of Katie Lindenberger, having a very successful night in her final home game for at least the regular season. She has 13 points so far. And Molly Martin now with the ball for Hayes High. She'll give it over to Riley Dreher. And Molly Buckles gets the pass at the top of the arc, kicks it over. Now Martin, left wing three on the way, goes off the back iron, but Zoe Winter there for the rebound. Falls to the floor with the ball, and it will be stolen by Jillian Reimer. And now we're going to get a whistle and another turnover for Great Bend as Jillian Reimer, Alyssa McCauley went into the paint and then stopped with the ball and got called for the travel. So Molly Martin with the ball, crosses half court and looks over to Zoe Winter. She'll pump fake one pass and give it over to Humphrey. Skips it over to Dreher and now back to Martin. Looking, gives it in to Zoe Winter once again. She'll drive in on the left side and gets the shot blocked by number 22, Chayla Pendergrass, and she has another rebound for the Panthers. Great Bend looking, will get the pass into Elligood. As they're just trying to find the open look. Now Elligood will try the shot, and it's off the backboard, and Riley Dreher's got the rebound. Hayes High going the other end will lose the ball out of bounds as Molly Buckles was the intended one to catch it. But Great Bend will get it back with 4:02 remaining here in the second quarter. Again, our score is Hayes High 33, Great Bend 8. We'll also see some substitutions for Great Bend. We'll give you a quick update of who's on the floor for them. It's Jillian Reimer as well as Jordan Harbaugh, Michaela Minton, Deshauna Bryant, and then rounding out is number 4, Cassie Elligood. As they'll lose the ball. Jillian Reimer lost the ball as Annie Humphrey tried going in for the steal. But she'll be called for her first personal foul of the night, and that's the third team foul of the second quarter for Hayes High. Jordan Harbaugh will get the pass in to Reimer. We'll go into the paint to Bryant as she finds her teammate. Ball gets deflected around, and Bryant gets the rebound. As Zoe Winter will now come out with it on the floor, and they'll say it was a jump ball. And the arrow is facing Great Bend, so it will stay at their end of the floor. Riley Dreher was standing next to the referee thinking it was Hayes High ball, but no, it will stay with Great Bend on their end of the floor. They'll go back to that stack formation with 4 on the right side of the paint, and they'll try the shot from Cassie Elligood. Short, doesn't even get to the rim, but Jason Roa has the rebound. Hayes High at the other end with it now. Riley Dreher will stop on the right baseline, kicks it out to Jason Roa, and then gives it over to Molly Martin. Long college range three on the way. Splash! Jason Roa gets the assist, and Molly Martin hits a huge shot from college range. Great Bend with it now. Deshauna Bryant. She'll try the shot after driving into 2-point range, and she'll get the shot to go. Her first points of the night, and breaks a long shooting drought for the Panthers as they previously missed their last 4 shots. Jenna Schmeiler with it now. We'll give it in to Jace Aroa. She'll try a shot from the free throw line. It takes a bounce off the back iron. It takes another bounce and then goes off the backboard and in. With it now is Jillian Reimer. She loses it in front of the Hayes High bench as Molly Martin deflected it out of bounds. And now we'll see another substitution. Morgan Armbruster into the game for the first time in place of Molly Martin. And for the Panthers, Cassie Elligood and Jillian Reimer will check out of the game. Pass goes into Deshauna Bryant from Harbaugh, and they lose the ball as it goes out of bounds, and it will be another turnover for Great Bend. And Katie Lindenberger back into the game for Hayes High, and Kenley Witter returning as well. Senior class having a good night so far. They've scored 28 of Hayes High's 38 points so far. As again, Hayes High changed up their starting lineup and went with 5 seniors. But now they're back on offense. Jenna Schmeiler has the ball and she'll drive in and will try a floater, and it's good on the left baseline. Two minutes remaining here in the second quarter as Great Bend will go back on offense. Deshauna Bryant trying a three-pointer. Can't get it to go as it's tipped out to Katie Lindenberger. And we're going to get a foul against the Panthers. Great Bend trying to open up the three-point shot still, but still have yet to hit on their 5 attempts, so they're 20% from three-point range this season. Morgan Armbruster will inbound it to Jenna Schmeidler as she crosses half court. We'll kick it out to Morgan Armbruster on the right wing. She'll take a couple dribbles and kick it into Katie Lindenberger underneath the basket, and the layup no good, and it goes to Prendergast. With it now is Mazook, and she'll kick it over to Elligood. As Great Bend will try the shot, it's Prendergast. Rebound still loose, and the shot blocked by Kenley Winter, and it will stay with the Panthers. Now Great Bend shot no good. And the rebound goes out to Morgan Armbruster, her first of the night. And we have a steal now as the pass went up ahead and Hayes High couldn't get it. And we got another turnover for Great Bend as Michaela Minton will be called for the travel. Minute 6 remaining here in the second quarter. Hayes High up 40-10 on Great Bend. We'll remind you to stay tuned for our halftime show coming up momentarily. As Jenna Schmeiler gets the inbound, she'll kick it over to Winter. And we'll go into Lindenberger at the free throw line and then cuts it right back to Winter, but she missed the layup. And Cassie Elligood has her first rebound of the night. Mazook with it, being guarded by Schmeidler. Looks and gives it over to Elligood. And then Lindenberger deflects it as she saves it in the backcourt. And we're going to get a whistle against Lindenberger. A lot of Hayes High fans wanted a backcourt violation as Elligood recovered it standing on the Y of the Hayes midcourt logo and then took one step behind the line, but they'll say she was just trying to recover it still. So Great Bend will inbound it with 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And with it is Elligood. She'll kick it out and save it from going out of bounds to Harbaugh. She'll get double teamed and give it back to Elligood. And Kenley Winter steps in front of the cross-court pass. It's still loose on the ground, and Hayes High recovers it on the steal. And we're going to get a whistle and a travel against Jenna Schmeiler. She recovered the ball from Kenley Winter and then went towards the left box. And then got called for the travel. So the shot clock will be dead as Great Bend goes back on offense for these final 23 seconds. Harbaugh with it. She's guarded by Armbruster. Kicks it over, and then Dreher steps in front of it and gets her first steal of the night. At the other end, a one-on-one all the way, and the layup is no good, but she was fouled. It was actually blocked by Elligood, but it'll be a foul against the Panthers. That'll be their third team foul this second quarter. And Elligood's first. Riley Dreher will head to the line to attempt her 11th and 12th free throws of the season, and she gets it to go. So now all of Hayes High's starters that were seniors tonight will have put up at least 1 point tonight as the second free throw is no good. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul against the Panthers as Hayes High, as it was rebounded by Katie Lindenberger. She got fouled hard on the way up. This one will go against Shayla Pendergast. And it will say that this foul was on the floor, so with 10 seconds left, it will be Jenna Schmeidler inbounding it. Okay, so I'll put 3 across the baseline and throw it into Riley Dreher, who's at the free throw line. She can't get the shot to go and then lost it out of bounds as she tried going for the rebound. 7 seconds remaining as Great Bend will take it. It's Minton. Guarded by Winter, throws cross court to Harbaugh. 1 second remaining. She'll try the three-point shot, can't get it to go. And that will take us to the end of this first half as Hayes High got up very early on some runs and has never looked back since as they lead 41-10 going into halftime. We'll have our halftime show coverage when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Profet. We hope to see you there, and remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
Hello everyone, this is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians!
Sportsmanship is more than shaking hands before and after games. It is striving for fair play, positive behavior, and respect towards your opponent. It can also highlight the character and integrity of an athlete whether they win or lose. Therefore, it allows an athlete to develop maturity, responsibility, and perseverance while maintaining a competitive spirit. Achieving good sportsmanship is shown not only on the field or court, but also how an athlete positively treats others in everyday life. This is Shalia Inslee from Marion High School with a message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Student Advisory.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or tick it.
With the latest from Tribe Broadcasting. Are you interested in going out for a spring sport? Well, with Hayes High's variety of spring sports such as baseball, softball, boys tennis, girls soccer, boys golf, track and field, and girls swimming, there might be just one for you. These sports start Monday, March 3rd, so make sure you get your physicals turned into the office by Friday, February 28th if you wish to go out. This has been the latest from Tribe Broadcasting.
Back here at Hayes High School on the halftime show with the Lady Indians in front at the break, 41-10, and we'll now take a look at our recap of the first half. Great Bend had the first points of tonight's game from Jillian Reimer, but after that, Hayes High would follow with a 16-point run, which started with just 2 free throws coming from Jay Soroa and followed with some big threes from Molly Martin. And then, in fact, the majority of those points, or all those points, were scored by Katie Lindbergh and Molly Martin as Hayes High took a 16-2 lead. Then Great Bend would follow with their next 2 baskets coming from Shayla Prendergast and Jordan Harbaugh. And then Hayes High would follow with the final 6 points of that first quarter to take a 22-6 lead into the second quarter. And then Hayes High didn't let up. They got a free throw out of the gate from Katie Lindenberger, and then followed with baskets from Kinley Winter, Jenna Schmeidler, and Molly Martin to take a 29-6 lead. And then Great Bend would break that 13-0 run with a basket from Cassie Elligood. But Hayes High would respond with more baskets to follow from Annie Humphrey as well as Molly Martin, as well as Katie Lindenberger, and then a 3-pointer from Molly Martin. And Hayes High scored 5 of the last 7 points of that first half, and they take a 41-10 lead at the break. And we'll have our individual and team numbers when we come back. This is Hayes High basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Prophet. We hope to see you there, and remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or ticket.
Back here at Hayes High School on the halftime show as Hayes High leads Great Bend 41-10 at halftime. We'll now take a look at our individual and team numbers. Starting off with Hayes High scoring, leading the way is Katie Lindenberger, who has 13, and right behind her, Molly Martin's 1 point away from double figures with 9. And then behind them, they have Molly Buckles and Jace Aroa, each with 4. Riley Dreher finished with 3, and Jenna Schmeidler also had 4, and then Kinley Winter and Annie Humphrey had 2. And then looking over at Great Bend, their leading scorers at the moment are five players that have scored 2 points. It's Cassie Elligood, as well as Jillian Reimer, Jordan Harbaugh, Shayla Prendergast, and Deshauna Bryant. And we'll now take a look at our other individual numbers for Hayes High. The leader in rebounds at the break is Zoe Winter with 4, but right behind her, Riley Dreher and Katie Lindenberger each have 3. Looking at the assists, Molly Martin is the leader in that category with 4, and then right behind her is the team leader in assists this season with 3, Kinley Winter. Looking at steals, leading the way there for Hayes High is Kinley Winter and Molly Martin, each with 3. And then Hayes High's lone block in that first half came from Kinley Winter. And now looking over at Great Bend, their leading rebounder at the break is Shayla Prendergast, who finished with 7 rebounds. And their leader in assists is, or excuse me, they actually did not finish with an assist in that first half. But other numbers include Catherine Mazouk, Jillian Reimer, and Cassie Elligood, each with a steal. And rounding it out is Alyssa McCauley and Shayla Prendergast, each with a block. And now we'll take a look at our team numbers, starting off with Hayes High shooting. They're 16 for 29 from the field and 3 for 6 from three-point range, while going 6 for 8 at the free throw line. They had 16 first-half rebounds, as well as 10 assists and 9 steals to go with 1 block. And for Great Bend, they are 5 for 23 from the field after they finished the first half, missing their final 6 shots. They're 0 for 6 from three-point range and 0 for 2 at the free throw line. And they had 13 rebounds, as well as 3 steals and 2 blocks in that first half. And we'll see if we can take a look at some final scores or look at some scores from around the state before we go into the break. Should be some notable games in the 5A class. Some of the scores at the moment include Highland Park in front of KC Washington, 24-11 at halftime in that game. And that is actually the only score that we have at the break at the moment. We did mention there were a lot of notable games, though, for the girls around the state tonight. We mentioned Seaman taking on Shawnee Heights, which that one had some signs that could determine if Hayes High would be the 1 or 2 seed, but right now that doesn't matter. They just needed to beat Great Bend by 15, but now they're doubling that with a 31-point lead. But we'll go now into the break, and we'll have our second half action when we come back. This is Hayes High basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Hello, everyone. This is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports, including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians.
With the latest from Tribe Broadcasting. Are you interested in going out for a spring sport? Well, with Hayes High's variety of spring sports such as baseball, softball, boys tennis, girls soccer, boys golf, track and field, and girls swimming, there might be just one for you. These sports start Monday, March 3rd, so make sure you get your physicals turned into the office by Friday, February 28th if you wish to go out. This has been the latest from Tribe Broadcasting.
Sportsmanship is more than shaking hands before and after games. It is striving for fair play, positive behavior, and respect towards your opponent. It can also highlight the character and integrity of an athlete whether they win or lose. Therefore, it allows an athlete to develop maturity, responsibility, and perseverance while maintaining a competitive spirit. Achieving good sportsmanship is shown not only on the field or court, but also how an athlete positively treats others in everyday life. This is Shalaya Inslee from Marion High School with a message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Student Advisory.
Back here at Hayes High School as we get set to start the second half of tonight's game between Hayes High and Great Bend. Hayes High Lady Indians in front 41-10 after they outscored the Panthers 22-6 in the first quarter and then 19-4 in the second. But Hayes High will start with the ball going from left to right as Katie Lindbergh will take and give it out to Riley Dreher. She'll drive in to the paint and then kick it out. Molly Martin, she'll try the three-pointer. It's on the way, and it takes a couple bounces and then rolls out, and Cassie Elligood has the rebound. McCauley with it. We'll kick it over to Reimer. And the pass will now go over to Elligood as they find a cutting McCauley on the right baseline. And we're going to get a whistle and a travel against Great Bend. So Hayes High getting the ball back as Jason Roa inbounds it to Molly Martin. Now the pass will go over to Roa as Kenley Winter takes it. We'll look and then dribble and throw it over to Riley Dreher. Hayes High looking for the open look. It goes to Jay Soroa. Now Winter will take it and give it back to Martin as the pass goes into Lindenberger. She'll take one dribble, spinning around. She'll try the layup, and it's good, and one. Lindenberger just looked around trying to spin past her defender, and she got the layup and the and one. 15 points so far. Now she's back at the free throw line. Hayes High 6 for 8 as a team so far. And the first free throw is up and good. Now with it for the Panthers is McCauley. She'll look and try passing it in, but Katie Lindenberger right there for her first steal of the night. Molly Martin with it. She'll pass half court. Looks and gives it over to Lindenberger. Hayes High kind of slowing their pace down a little bit as they got this game well in control. As Riley Dreher drives in, she gets the pass after, gets the ball back after it was deflected. And back out to Jay Soroa. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock as Riley Dreher takes it. Will look and try getting the bounce pass into Katie Lindenberger, but it was stolen by Alyssa McCauley, and she was fouled as Lindenberger tried going for the jump ball. That'll be Lindenberger's second personal foul, and that'll be Hayes High's first of this third quarter. 6:22 remaining in the third quarter. As the pass goes up ahead to Reimer. She'll try going into the paint, but Kenley Winter steps in front of it and gets her fourth steal of the night. And then gets the bounce pass in to Lindenberger, and it's stolen once again by the Panthers. McCauley getting back-to-back steals. She'll bring it up the floor, lost the dribble for a moment. And we'll throw cross court to Elligood. And now Deshauna Bryant with it. Dreher on the defense as the pass goes over to, back to Reimer. 15 seconds on the shot clock. As Deshauna Bryant will get the pass in the paint, kicks it out to Mazook. The pass almost stolen by Molly Martin. 6 seconds remaining, and a three-pointer on the way from McCauley. Takes a bounce off the front of the rim, and it's rebounded by Mizook. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul against Hayes High. Great Bend still trying to find the three-point shot. It's not been able to hit tonight as they are 0 for 7. But they'll keep the ball as they go with the box formation on the inbound. Looking for someone to get it into, and they finally do to Myers. And she'll throw it back to Mizook. And now Myers, she'll try a three-pointer, hits off the front of the rim, and rebounded by Riley Dreher. At the other end now, Jason Rowe with a left-handed layup is good off the assist from Molly Martin. And a steal by Hayes High from Kenley Winter, and now three-pointer from Molly Martin is no good, and rebounded by Alyssa McCauley. Great Bend with the ball now. Alex Myers trying to drive in past Jason Rowe. She'll try the layup, and it's good. Jason Rowe will take it and kick it over to Kenley Winter. The pass goes in to Katie Lindenberger. She gets past her defender, misses the layup, and it's rebounded by McCauley as she saves it from going out of bounds. She'll be the one that walks up the floor and then gives it over to Deshauna Bryant. With it now is Myers. She'll look and give it back to McCauley. Standing at the top of the arc. Loses the ball as Molly Martin gets the steal. But they're going to say that it was a foul against Great Bend before the steal occurred. And we'll make a substitution here for Great Bend. We'll give you an update of who's on the floor in a moment, but there's 4:16 remaining here in the third quarter. And the pass goes over to Kenley Winter, and then she'll get a bounce pass into the paint for Jay Soroa. She'll try the layup in an awkward position, but it almost went in, but Prendergast has another rebound. That's now 8 for her so far tonight. At the other end now, they'll try a shot underneath the basket from Alex Myers. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul on the floor against Jay Soroa. Prendergast missed a layup on that last play and then got fouled as she got the rebound. But now Great Bend will get set to throw it in. Going back to the stack formation, the pass will go in to Mizook and then kicks it out to McCauley. She'll try the shot, and it's good. First points of the game for Alyssa McCauley. Hayes High back on offense with Zoe Winter with the ball, kicks it into Molly Buckles. We'll try the hook shot, and it's no good, but Zoe Winter right there for the rebound. She tried driving in, kicks it out to Annie Humphrey. On the right wing, she'll walk past her defender, and we'll give it over to Molly Buckles. Now with it is Kinsley Newell, just checked in a second ago. Winter backing down her man to the basket, tries the shot, no good. And trying to get her miss, but we're going to say it was a foul as she tried going for the jump ball. And that'll be Zoe Winter's second personal foul and Hayes High's fourth as a team. Alyssa McCauley will walk it up the floor once again. As Prendergast will take it, it's going to go over to Myers. Now three-pointer on the way from McCauley, and they finally get the three-pointer to go. First made three of the night for the Panthers on 9 attempts as they cut the lead down to 29. With it now is Annie Humphrey, gets a bounce pass into Molly Buckles. She'll try the hook shot underneath the basket, and it's good. Annie Humphrey will get the assist, and Molly Buckles up to 6 points. Hayes High still showing press. Pass goes up ahead to Mizook for the Panthers. She's guarded by Jenna Schmeidler. She'll kick it over to McCauley on the right corner. She's guarded by Kinsley Newell, trying to work her way around her. She gets some help, and it's going to be stolen by Molly Buckles. The ball was still on the ground, but she's able to recover it. Her 9th steal of the season. And at the other end, Zoe Winter, left-handed layup on the defense, and the layup is good. And we're going to get a whistle and another turnover for Great Bend. And they'll make some substitutions once again. 1:59 remaining here in the third quarter. Hayes High still holding that 33-point lead. Hayes High on track to also continue with the trend that they've seen all season. As Jenna Schmeidler will take it, she'll try the shot on the left baseline, and it's good. With it now is Meredith Mazook. She'll hand it over to her sister, Catherine. And we're going to get a whistle against Hayes High. That'll be their 5th team foul of this third quarter. And that'll now put the Panthers at the free throw line. Jenna Schmeidler will walk it up the floor. We'll run past her defender, Meredith Mazook, on the layup with the left hand is good, and they'll count it with the and one. They'll get the foul on number 20, Jordan Harbaugh, but Hayes High finding the basket once again. As Jenna Schmeidler realized that she had a path in front of her, ran past her defender, and able to score. And she gets the free throw to fall as well. Hayes High up to 55 points. Now a pass into the paint for the Panthers, and Jenna Schmeidler has her first steal of the night. Averages 2.9 per game this season, and she'll go to the other end, this time with the right hand, and that layup is good. And they'll count that one and one as well. Second Hayes High player to enter into double figures, Jenna Schmeidler with 11 points so far. And Hayes High extends their lead to 40. And Schmeidler's free throw is good as well. Indians on a 12-0 run as they almost got another steal as Meredith Mazook got the pass. She'll pick up her dribble and kick it over to Elligood. And the pass will go over into the corner. Alex Myers will try a three-pointer that bounces off the back of the iron, rebounded by Jordan Harbaugh. And then it's lost out of bounds, but will stay with the Panthers. Alyssa McCauley will check back into the game in place of Alex Myers with 48 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. 14-second difference between the shot clock and game clock as the pass goes over to McCauley. It'll go into the paint now as Zoe Winter comes out with her second steal of the night. At the other end, she lost the ball as she was fouled. And they'll get this on number 25, Catherine Mazook. That'll be her first personal and the 5th team foul for Great Bend, so Hayes High will go back to the line. Zoe Winter, a 70.4% free throw shooter this season for Hayes High. And the first free throw is up, and it's good. And she'll get set to attempt the second one to get Hayes High to the 60-point mark. And this one rattles out as the rebound starts to head out of bounds, and they'll say that it was last touched by Hayes High. So 1 second difference now between the shot clock and the game clock as Great Bend walks it up the floor. With this 42-point lead, Hayes High will get a running clock fourth quarter once again. They had it last on Tuesday night in their 45-point win over Dodge City, and now we're going to get a whistle as Annie Humphrey blocked or stole the ball from Meredith Mazook, but they're going to get her for the foul. That will be Humphrey's second foul. It'll be Hayes High's 6th as a team. So Mazook will go to the free throw line, and this one is up, and it's good. First made free throw of the night for Great Bend on 5 attempts so far, and here's the 6th attempt, and this one's good. 15 seconds remaining here in the third quarter as Hayes High will go on offense. They'll just hold it for the final shot as Jenna Schmeidler will stay in the backcourt. Will dribble between her legs as she's going in. We'll go into a triple team and pass it out. Zoe Winter will try a three-pointer. This one no good. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter as Hayes High leads at 59-19, just 8 minutes away from going 20-0 in the regular season and securing the #1 seed in the 5A West Substate. And we'll have our fourth quarter action when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Hello, everyone. This is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports, including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Prophet. We hope to see you there, and remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
Back here at Hayes High School as we get set to start the fourth quarter of tonight's girls game, and this one has been ugly from the start. The Lady Indians lead at 59-19, trying to go for the undefeated regular season. But Great Bend will have the ball. They'll work from the right side of the court to the left side. Hayes High will keep their starters out on the floor. All 5 of them seniors for the senior night game tonight, and they've done very well so far. As Cassie Elligood has the ball now for Great Bend, and then she loses it out of bounds, but they're going to say it was last touch by Katie Lindenberger, who deflected it over to the drums in the band section. So Mizzouq will inbound it in front of where the band is sitting. And we'll throw cross court to Cassie Elligood. We'll go into the paint, and we're going to get a foul against Jason Roa as she put her arm in front of Jillian Reimer to try to deflect the pass, and we'll get called for the foul. Great Bend will go back to the stack formation on the inbound, and the pass will go in to Jillian Reimer, and it's going to be another foul against Hayes High. This time it's against Kenley Winter. Went in on the shot defense, and it's going to be the second foul in just 1 minute of this fourth quarter. So Jillian Reimer, 2 points so far for her in tonight's game, and the free throw bounces off the back iron. She entered tonight's game 5 for 13 from the free throw line this season, and will now get set for the second attempt, and this one is good. Molly Martin with it. She'll go in towards the left wing and kick it out to Jay Soroa. Cross-court pass over to Kenley Winter. And now back over to Martin. She saved it from going out of bounds, and now she'll drive in, try the floater, and that's good. 11 points makes her the third Hayes High player in double figures tonight. And now we're going to get a timeout for substitutions, and Hayes High will bring the 5 seniors out of the game as they have the 61-20 lead. They'll first check out number 15, Jay Soroa. She exits tonight with 6 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Riley Dreher will make their way to the bench as well, the future Hutchinson Community College softball player. 3 points as well as 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Now Kenley Winter, she'll exit with 2 points, a rebound, and a block, but she once again took control with the assist and steals category, 3 assists and 5 steals. Katie Lindenberger will exit with 16 points. She had 3 rebounds and a steal. And now making her way to the bench is the senior, number 11, Molly Martin. 1,000 career points, future Ottawa Brave. She finishes with 11 points as well as 5 assists and 3 steals. As we have the running clock, what a moment tonight for this senior class. they just dominated from the start of this game and have never looked back since. So Hayes High gets the steal from Zoe Winter, as Annie Humphrey will take it and kick it over to Kinsley Newell. She'll drive in, and the shot she passed it actually to Molly Buckles, but she can't get the layup. Deshauna Bryant has the rebound. Great Bend working with the ball. We'll give it over to Reimer. She'll take one dribble and kick it over to Elligood. And now a three-pointer on the way from Meredith Mazook. Hits the rim, and then rebounded by Deshauna Bryant. And Hayes High getting another steal. Morgan Armbruster comes out with it. Her 6th of the season. And now Annie Humphrey thought about trying a three-pointer as she went up to the three-point line. But instead we'll give it over to Zoe Winter. She spins around the defense, kicks it out to Kinsley Newell, who will try a three-pointer and gets it. Michaela Minton with it now. She'll kick it over to Jillian Reimer, and she hits the three-pointer. It's gone completely quiet here at Hayes High School. They have the game under control with a 41-point lead and 4:42 remaining here in the fourth quarter, as Kinsley Newell will take it and give it over to Zoe Winter. We'll try the layup. It's no good off the glass. She gets her own miss, and we'll just kick it back out as Hayes High resets. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul against Great Bend. And we'll see substitutions made for Great Bend. They'll put Alyssa McCauley as well as Jordan Harbaugh, Catherine Mazook. And they'll also put Shayla Prendergast and Alex Myers on the floor as Hayes High misses the three-pointer. It's rebounded by Prendergast. She's entered into double figures in that category. As Hayes High going back on defense, still applying the pressure on Great Bend. And it's stolen by Annie Humphrey as she steps in front of the pass. Going to the other end, the pass over to Kinsley Newell, and the layup is too strong. And Alex Myers has her first rebound of the night. Hayes High has missed her last 3 shots from the field. As Catherine Mazook will give it over to Alyssa McCauley. Now Jordan Harbaugh with it. McCauley being guarded by Kinsley Newell, trying to work around her. Great Bend trying to find the open look, going with a slow pace, and another steal here for Zoe Winter. And then it's stolen right back by McCauley. And the shot no good for the Panthers as the loose ball goes to Annie Humphrey for her first rebound of the night. And now she'll go to the other end and get fouled on the way up, and she tried the layup on the right block. So Annie Humphrey going to the free throw line. The foul was against Cassie Elligood. They said that the foul was her 5th, but they'll make a correction and say it'll be Alyssa McCauley will be called for the foul for her 2nd. As Annie Humphrey misses the first free throw. 2:22 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Hayes High with a 41-point lead. And the second free throw no good. This one rebounded by Prendergast. McCauley kicks it into the left corner for Alex Myers, and then she lost the ball for a moment but recollects it. Now McCauley, she'll try the three-pointer. This one's short, and Annie Humphrey was there for the rebound, but she'll just let it roll out of bounds. And Hayes High will make another substitution. We'll check in the 5'5" junior Rylan Harrington. And for Great Bend, they'll make a substitution of Madeline Siefkis, 6'1" sophomore. Hayes High also put a substitution with Liz Cunningham into the game, and Lindsay Canick into the game as well. Bounce pass over to Rylan Harrington in the right corner. Looking for someone to pass it to, takes one dribble, then gives it over to Armbruster. Cunningham with it now on the left wing. She'll drive into the paint on a double team, tries the layup, it's no good. And it's still loose, but she gets it back. Able to track it down for her second rebound of the season. And now a three-pointer, Rylan Harrington on the way, and it's good. Great Bend back on offense. We'll try a three-pointer from Alyssa McCauley. It's no good. And this one will roll out of bounds. Hayes High was still applying tight defense on Great Bend. But like we said earlier, they will stay with that trend. They are this is now the 10th opponent this season that they've held to less than 30 points. Continuing to use strong defense all season has been their success, as they're going to get the 44-point win unless they score here. With 22 seconds remaining, Liz Cunningham with it. Gives it over to Morgan Armbruster. Now Rylan Harrington with the pass. She'll get a bounce pass into Lindsay Canick. She'll try the shot, and she was fouled on the way up, and 2 free throws coming up with just 10 seconds remaining in the game on a running clock. So we'll see if they even attempt the free throws. They will not, as Hayes High will make their way over to the bench. For the first time in school history, they go 20-0 and undefeated in the regular season as they defeat Great Bend tonight by a final score of 67-23 to win back-to-back WAC championships and secure the #1 seed in the 5A West substate. As Great Bend will now drop to 7-13 on the year and fall to 2-6 in WAC play. And we'll have our post-game show coverage when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Hello everyone, this is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports, including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Prophet. We hope to see you there, and remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or ticket.
With the latest from Tribe Broadcasting. Are you interested in going out for a spring sport? Well, with Hayes High's variety of spring sports such as baseball, softball, boys tennis, girls soccer, boys golf, track and field, and girls swimming, there might be just one for you. These sports start Monday, March 3rd, so make sure you get your physicals turned into the office by Friday, February 28th, if you wish to go out. This has been the latest from Tribe Broadcasting.
Back here at Hayes High School on the postgame shows, the Lady Indians win over Great Bend 67-23 to get the school's first ever 20-0 undefeated regular season. And we'll now take a look at at a recap of tonight's game. Great Bend, as we said, got the first points of tonight's game from Jillian Reimer, but Hayes High would follow with a 16-0 run after that. which all were scored by the senior trio of Molly Martin, Jay Soroa, and then Katie Lindenberger. And then Great Bend had the next 2 baskets, those coming from Shayla Prendergast and Jordan Harbaugh. And then Hayes High rounded it out with baskets from Molly Buckles and Jenna Schmeidler to take a 22-6 lead into the second quarter. Hayes High then scored the first 7 points of the second quarter to for a 13-0 run overall. But then that run would end with Cassie Elligood hitting a basket for the Panthers. And then Hayes High would follow with baskets from Annie Humphrey as well as Katie Lindenberger, and then a 3-pointer from Molly Martin. And Great Bend's final points of the first half came from Deshauna Bryant. And rounding it out, Hayes High would get baskets from Jay Soroa and then a basket as well from Jenna Schmeidler as Hayes High took the 41-10 lead into the halftime break. They outscored Great Bend in the third quarter, 18-9. Starting off with an and one basket for Katie Lindenberger. And then following that with Jay Soroa hitting a layup as well. Great Bend's next 7 points would come from, they'd get 2 from Alex Myers and then 5 after that from Alyssa McCauley to make the score 46-17. Then Hayes High went on another run, this one of 13 points to go up 59-17. And then Great Bend just had 2 free throws at the end of the third quarter from Meredith Mazouk as Hayes High took the 40-point lead and got running clock in the fourth quarter as they outscored Great Bend 8-4 with some baskets coming from Molly Martin as well as Kinsley Newell. And then a 3-pointer from Rylan Harrington as Hayes High gets the win by a final score of 67-23. And we'll take another break as they are currently honoring tonight's senior classes for boys basketball, girls basketball, and cheerleading. And we'll continue on with our post-game show coverage when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or ticket.
Sportsmanship is more than shaking hands before and after games. It is striving for fair play, positive behavior, and respect towards your opponent. It can also highlight the character and integrity of an athlete whether they win or lose. Therefore, it allows an athlete to develop maturity, responsibility, and perseverance while maintaining a competitive spirit. Achieving good sportsmanship is shown not only on the field or court, but also how an athlete positively treats others in everyday life. This is Shalaya Inslee from Marion High School with a message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Student Advisory.
February marks Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, a time to recognize the importance of healthy relationships and raise awareness about the dangers of teen dating violence. Every year, millions of teens experience abuse in their relationships in various ways. It's critical to understand the signs and take action to break this cycle of abuse. If you or someone you know is in an unhealthy relationship, reach out. Stand up against abuse and offer support to those in need.
We all know how hard it is to play sports outside of work and school, but sometimes we forget that we're not the only ones that are taking the time outside of work and school for these sports. Coaches spend a lot of time outside of school at practices, games, and other team events to help every athlete succeed. They set things up before practice and stay after to help their athletes. So remember to thank your coaches for all the time and effort they put in to make your experience the best it can be. I'm Jeremy Winslow, and this was a message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association Student Advisory Team.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secured. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or ticket.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Prophet. We hope to see you there, and remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
Hello, everyone. This is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports, including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, and baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians. Back here at Hayes High School on the postgame show as the Lady Indians get the win over Great Bend 67-23 still as they just finished wrapping up the honoring of the senior class as well as all the previous basketball alumni to play at Hayes High School because tonight is the last regular season games here at Hayes High School because of the new school being built. But we'll now take a look at our individual numbers, starting off with Hayes High scoring. Leading the way was Katie Lindenberger, and Jenna Schmeidler, Katie Lindenberger had 16, and right behind her with 12 was Jenna Schmeidler. And then the third Hayes High player to finish in double figures was Molly Martin with 11. Finishing with 6 points tonight is Jace Aroa. Kinsley Newell, Rylan Harrington, and Riley Dreher finished with 3 points. Molly Buckles had 6, and Zoe Winter had 3 points as well. And then rounding out is Annie Humphrey and Kinley Winter, each with 2. Now looking over at Great Bend's scoring, they were led by Jillian Reimer, who had 6 points. Right behind her was Alyssa McCauley with 5. And also Deshauna Bryant, Alex Myers, Shayla Prendergast, Jordan Harbaugh, and then Meredith Mazook and Cassie Elligood all had 2 points. And looking at Hayes High's other individual numbers, starting off with the leader in rebounds. Tonight it was Zoe Winter finishing with a total of 7. Right behind her, Riley Dreher had 4. And then Katie Lindenberger finished with 3. The leader in assists tonight for Hayes High with 5 was Molly Martin, and Kenley Winter had 3, matching her season average as she's the leader in that category for Hayes High. And then Zoe Winter actually we'll now look at steals. The leader for Hayes High in that category was Kinley Winter with 5, and Zoe Winter had 4. Also with 3 steals was Molly Martin. And now we'll take a look at Great Bend's other individual numbers. The leader in rebounds tonight was the sophomore Shayla Prendergast, finishing with 11 rebounds on the night. Next closest was Alyssa McCauley with 4. And the assist leader for Great Bend was their only player to get an assist, which was Michaela Minton. And now looking over in the steals category, their leader was Alyssa McCauley with 3, and Cassie Elligood had 1 steal. And looking at the blocks category, that was tied between with 1 each. It was Alyssa McCauley as well as Shayla Prendergast. So that'll do it for our individual numbers, and we'll have our team numbers when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or tick it.
With the latest from Tried Broadcasting. Are you interested in going out for a spring sport? Well, with Hayes High's variety of spring sports such as baseball, softball, boys tennis, girls soccer, boys golf, track and field, and girls swimming, there might be just one for you. These sports start Monday, March 3rd, so make sure you get your physicals turned into the office by Friday, February 28th if you wish to go out. This has been the latest from Tried Broadcasting.
Respecting officials and complying with the rules are a crucial aspect of any sporting event. Without these elements, the integrity of the game would be compromised. This is Jamarcus Tyson from Junction City High School, your 6A representative of the Acacia Student Advisory Board, delivering a message on behalf of the Kansas State High School Activities Association.
Hello, everyone. This is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports, including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or tick it.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Prophet. We hope to see you there, and remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
Back here at Hayes High School on the postgame show, we'll now take a look at our team numbers for tonight's game. Starting off with Hayes High, they go 27 for 51 from the field and 5 for 12 from three-point range, while going 10 for 15 at the free throw line. They finished with 22 rebounds as a team in tonight's game, with 16 of those coming in the first half and 6 in the second half. They finished with 13 assists as well as 18 steals, and finishing out with 1 block, which came in the first half. For Great Bend, they go 9 for 35 from the field and 2 for 14 from three-point range, and then they go 3 for 8 at the free throw line. They had 26 rebounds with 13 in each half, and they had an assist as well as 6 steals and 2 blocks. And finally, before we go to break, we'll take a look and see if we can get some scores from around the state. Reno County Homeschool gets a win 53-21 over Liberty Homeschool Alliance. Also, Highland Park wins over KC Washington 52-20. And those are the scores that we have at the break at the moment. And we'll take one last look as well at the 5A East and West standings for girls basketball. So Hayes High, by winning by 44 points, they have locked up the 1 seed in the 5A West, and they will face the 5-14 Topeka West Chargers. They, with a win tonight, they'd be tied with Goddard Eisenhower, but they're too far behind in marginal points, so they are locked up as the 16 seed. That game will either be Tuesday or Wednesday night here at Hayes High School. And for Great Bend, they enter tonight's game as the 14 seed. And that will actually move them down now to the 15 seed because of marginal points against Goddard Eisenhower, which would put them up against Topeka Seaman. So that'll do it for our post-game show coverage of the girls' game, and we'll have our boys pregame when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
Respecting officials and complying with the rules are a crucial aspect of any sporting event. Without these elements, the integrity of the game would be compromised. This is Jamarcus Tyson from Junction City High School, your 6A representative of the Acacia Student Advisory Board, delivering a message on behalf of the Kansas State High School Activities Association.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or ticket.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Prophet. We hope to see you there, and remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
Hello, everyone. This is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports, including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians.
February marks Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, a time to recognize the importance of healthy relationships and raise awareness about the dangers of teen dating violence. Every year, millions of teens experience abuse in their relationships in various ways. It's critical to understand the signs and take action to break this cycle of abuse. If you or someone you know is in an unhealthy relationship, reach out. Stand up against abuse and offer support to those in need.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or ticket.
We all know how hard it is to play sports outside of work and school, but sometimes we forget that we're not the only ones that are taking in time outside of work and school for these sports. Coaches spend a lot of time outside of school at practices, games, and other team events to help every athlete succeed. They set things up before practice and stay after to help their athletes. So remember to thank your coaches for all the time and effort they put in to make your experience the best it can be. I'm Jeremy Winslow, and this was a message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association Student Advisory Team.
With the latest from Tribe Broadcasting. Are you interested in going out for a spring sport? Well, with Hayes High's variety of spring sports such as baseball, softball, boys tennis, girls soccer, boys golf, track and field, and girls swimming, there might be just one for you. These sports start Monday, March 3rd, so make sure you get your physicals turned into the office by Friday, February 28th if you wish to go out. This has been the latest from Tribe Broadcasting.
Back here at Hayes High School on the boys pregame show as they get set to take on the 17-2 Great Bend Panthers. And before we run down each team, we'll take a look at some of the games happening around the state tonight. First off, in the 3A sub-state playoffs, Norton is playing host tonight to the Lions. Down in the Kansas City area, Olathe North is playing Olathe Northwest, 14-5. Both teams enter that one with a record of 14-5. Highland Park, the top team in the 5A East, is at home tonight taking on KC Washington. St. Thomas Aquinas at 13-6 will take on Blue Valley West. Seaman is on the road taking on Shawnee Heights. That is a notable game there for Hayes High, and we'll discuss that in a moment. Bonner Springs will play the Baldwin Bulldogs tonight. And Emporia will face the Junction City Blue Jays. That one is another one that we'll note in a second. The Ottawa Cyclones, the top team in the Class 4A, are on the road taking on the Spring Hill Broncos. And rounding it out, Rock Creek is on the road taking on the Concordia Panthers. And we'll take a look at those two games. Emporia and Junction City. Hayes High is currently 6th place in the 5A West standings. Emporia is 5th. And then the Seaman Vikings, who are playing Shawnee Heights tonight, they are 4th. Hayes High can still get that 4th seed, but this is what needs to happen. Emporia has to lose to Junction City tonight. And then Seaman and Hayes High have to break their 15-point marginal difference. So Seaman has 92 points on the margin, and Hayes High has 77. So, for example, say Seaman were to lose by 10 points tonight, Hayes High would have to win by 6 to secure that 4-seed spot, along with the Emporia loss to Junction City. But we'll now run down both teams, and starting with what Hayes High did in their last game. The Indians got their 5th straight victory on Tuesday night as they defeated Dodge City 62-47 to improve to 12-7 on the year and 6-1 in WAC play to set up an opportunity to win a share of the conference championship tonight. But after one quarter in that game, it was a competitive ball game with multiple scoring runs for both teams that ended up giving Hayes High a 20-14 lead after the first 8 minutes. And then Dodge City's defense, however, picked up in the second quarter as they forced 5 straight possessions to result in a turnover. Then put Hayes High into a scoring drought to hold on to the lead, but the Indians broke that drought and scored late to make the game tied at 31 at halftime. And then once the second half started, Dawson Reuter scored the first 5 points of the half to give the Indians the lead, which they would keep for the remainder of the game. And then throughout the remainder of the game, Dodge City would make runs and cut down the Hayes High lead. However, the closest they could get was 2 points late in the third quarter. And then the Indians took a 46-38 lead into the final 8 minutes, with Dodge City starting the quarter by making another run. But the Indians finished the game on a 14-5 run to get the win and extend their winning streak against Red Demons to 12. And that win was courtesy of Hayes High out-rebounding the Red Demons by 14 and shooting 50% from the field. And the Indians also had a big night from their big guys as Isaac Fox finished with a double-double and Dawson Reuter finished with a career-high 27 points. And now Hayes High will look to put the year 2025 into the Raptors with their other WAC championships, which has really been their thing over these last few years as they've won 5 of the last 7 titles and have not gone more than 2 years without winning a title since 2014. So we'll see how they match up tonight against a very tough Great Bend Panther team. And Great Bend is actually coming off of a loss on Tuesday as they fell to one of the top teams in the 3A class, Heston, by a final score of 54-40. And in that game, the Panthers failed to get rebounds and find open looks as the Swathers held them to a season low in scoring in a game that was actually very competitive at the start as the two teams matched each other's scoring in each of the first 2 quarters. But Heston used a huge third quarter, outscoring Great Bend 19-7 to hold their lead for the remainder of the night to go on the road and pull off the upset. But despite the outcome, Great Bend has accomplished a lot this season. For starters, they have already secured a minimum share of the WAC championship with their undefeated conference record, and they're looking to win the title outright tonight. Plus, they are currently the top team in the 5A West, and a win tonight gives them the 1 seed. So it's been a very successful season, and they have many star players that have contributed to that success. The main star is their 6'6" junior that's averaging a double-double and getting national attention, Ian Premer, as well as other players like Isaiah Reed, Daxton Minton, and second-team WAC selection from last season, Jacob Hall. So those are the guys that have led Great Bend to success this season, and they'll look for one more win in the regular season tonight, as they'll also look to make another postseason run after they won their sub-state last year and made the trip to state for the first time since 2010. So that'll do it for our team rundowns, and we'll take another break and have our starting lineups when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
February marks Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, a time to recognize the importance of healthy relationships and raise awareness about the dangers of teen dating violence. Every year, millions of teens experience abuse in their relationships in various ways. It's critical to understand the signs and take action to break this cycle of abuse. If you or someone you know is in an unhealthy relationship, reach out. Stand up against abuse and offer support to those in need.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or ticket.
Hello, everyone. This is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports, including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Prophet. We hope to see you there, and remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
Back here at Hayes High School on the pregame show as Hayes High gets set to take on Great Bend in our second half of tonight's action. And we'll now take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's game. And we'll start off with Great Bend. They will start off with the senior number 0, Ben Nicholson, who had 11 points versus Hayes High in the first matchup and is also their team leader in free throw and three-point field goal percentage. Next up is number 2, Cooper Omach, the 6-foot sophomore, 5A state triple jump champion. And next up is the 5'11 junior, number 12, Daxton Minton, who leads the team in both assists and steals, and was another player for the Panthers to enter into double figures in that first matchup against Hayes High. Next up is Ian Premer, the 6'6 junior, who leads the team in 4 categories, had 14 points on Tuesday night against Heston and had 26 points for the Panthers against Hayes High. And he's a first-team WAC and all 5A selection. And then rounding it out is number 15, Jacob Hall, who is a second-team WAC selection for the Panthers. Now looking over at Hayes High, they will do the exact same thing as the girls team and start 5 seniors for senior night. They will start off with this 5'10 senior number 1, Carter Lang, and next up is Johnny Cano wearing number 2. Number 3, Trace Jacobs will get his first start of the season tonight. And then the 6-foot senior, number 4, Cooper Lindenmeyer. And then rounding out is number 11, Tiger Johnson, the 6'2 senior, who leads Hayes High in steals per game and is currently 9th in school history in three-point field goals made in a season with 44. So that'll round out our starting lineups, and we'll have tip-off for you when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
With the latest from Tribe Broadcasting. Are you interested in going out for a spring sport? Well, with Hayes High's variety of spring sports such as baseball, softball, boys tennis, girls soccer, boys golf, track and field, and girls swimming, there might be just one for you. These sports start Monday, March 3rd, so make sure you get your physicals turned into the office by Friday, February 28th, if you wish to go out. This has been the latest from Tribe Broadcasting.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or ticket.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Prophet. We hope to see you there, and remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
We all know how hard it is to play sports outside of work and school, but sometimes we forget that we're not the only ones that are taking in time outside of work and school for these sports. Coaches spend a lot of time outside of school at practices, games, and other team events to help every athlete succeed. They set things up before practice and stay after to help their athletes. So remember to thank your coaches for all the time and effort they put in to make your experience the best it can be. I'm Jeremy Winslow, and this was a message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association Student Advisory Team.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or ticket.
With the latest from Tried Broadcasting. Are you interested in going out for a spring sport? Well, with Hayes High's variety of spring sports such as baseball, softball, boys tennis, girls soccer, boys golf, track and field, and girls swimming, there might be just one for you. These sports start Monday, March 3rd, so make sure you get your physicals turned into the office by Friday, February 28th if you wish to go out. This has been the latest from Tried Broadcasting.
Hello, everyone. This is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports, including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, and baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or ticket.
Back here at Hayes High School as we're about set to tip things off between the Hayes High boys and the Great Bend Panthers. We'll give you a quick uniform update before tip-off. Hayes High is wearing all white with maroon numbers with a gold outline, and reading Hayes across the front is white letters with a maroon outline. For the Panthers, they are wearing black jerseys with red numbers and letters, reading Panthers across the front with a white outline. So Great Bend enters this game with a record of 17-2, Hayes High 12-7. The Indians will go from right to left and the Panthers from left to right. And you can just feel the energy here at Hayes High School for the final regular season game in this gym in Hayes High School history. It'll be Cooper Johnson tipping up against Ben Nicholson, because Hayes High is playing all 5 seniors tonight in the starting lineup. As they are set, the tip goes up and it goes to the Panthers. It'll be Ian Premer walking up the floor. Then we'll give it back to Daxton Minton, who's guarded by Carter Lang. Stands at midcourt and then gives it over to Ben Nicholson. Bounce pass into the paint to Jacob Hall. Panthers going quickly with the ball movement. Now Cooper Owenmott drives in and stops at the free throw line, kicks it out. Ian Premer with the ball against Cooper Lindenmeyer. One-on-one, he'll try the shot off the backboard, and it's in. With it now is Carter Lang, gives it over to Cooper Lindenmeyer on the left wing. He'll drive into the paint, stop, kicks it over to Trace Jacobs, who's standing on the right baseline. Back out to Carter Lang and gives it back to Johnny Cano. Good ball movement from Hayes High as Carter Lang takes it on the right wing. With it now, Cano takes a couple dribbles back and gives it to Lindenmeyer. 9 seconds on the shot clock for Hayes High as Cano takes it. We'll try a long college range three. It's on the way, and it hits off the back iron and rebounded to Jacob Hall. At the other end now, Ian Premer. He'll get caught, and we'll get a foul on the floor against Hayes High for a blocking foul as Johnny Cano took the charge. And they'll get him for the first team foul, for the first foul of tonight's game. Great Bend will line up in their inbound formation of 4 across the baseline. Daxton Minton will inbound it into Ben Nicholson, being guarded by Tiger Johnson. He'll try the hook shot, and this one's good. Daxton Minton pressing against Carter Lang. He'll bring it up the floor and have it stolen. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul called against Hayes High. Daxton Minton got the steal from Carter Lang and then got pushed out of bounds in front of the Great Bend bench. And now Hayes High will have to go back on defense through the first 75 seconds of tonight's game. Ben Nicholson with the ball, being guarded by Tiger Johnson. He'll stop at the top of the arc and kick it over to Minton. On the right wing, will throw it into the paint now. Jacob Hall with it. Tries a shot off the backboard, and it's good. Great Bend already up to a 6-0 lead. 3 for 3 from the field so far. Now Johnny Cano driving into the paint, loses the ball, and he'll get called for the foul. As they'll say, Daxton Minton hit him on the arm. So that'll be the first team foul for Great Bend. Hayes High will inbound it from Carter Lang on the left side of the basket. We'll put 3 across the baseline and keep Cooper Lindenmeyer in the backcourt. Lindenmeyer with the ball, pump fakes and kicks it over to Lang. Looking, hasn't dribbled yet. Instead, we'll throw cross court to Cano. Johnson looking. Will try driving past Cooper Owenmocht and then kicks it out to Trace Jacobs. Pump fakes a 3-pointer on the right wing. Passes it back over. Now Cooper Lindenmeyer driving in against Ian Premer. And we're going to get a whistle and a travel against Lindenmeyer. So now we'll see our first substitutions of the night after the first 2 minutes of the game. Hayes High will go back to their usual starters. So Johnny Cano and Tiger Johnson will stay on the floor. And now Trey Oakley, Isaac Fox, and Dawson Reuter are in for the first time tonight. 6-0 is the Great Bend lead as Daxton Minton brings it up the floor, kicks it over to Ben Nicholson in the left wing. He'll go into the paint for Ian Premer. Gets double teamed and will try the shot. It's no good. And rebounded to Dawson Reuter. At the other end now, Tiger Johnson over to Trey Oakley, and now Reuter takes it, hands it back over to Oakley. He'll drive in, and we're going to get a charge foul against the Panthers. Daxton Minton took the charge against Trey Oakley on the left block, and another turnover for Hayes High, and that's just and that's already their third team foul through just the first 3 minutes of tonight's game. So Nicholson bounce passes it into Daxton Minton. He'll walk it up the floor against Johnny Cano. Now we'll run up. And looking for a screen, but doesn't get it. Instead, he'll bounce pass it over to Jacob Hall. Nicholson takes it, being guarded by Johnson all the way to the basket, kicks it out into the right corner. Great Bend still working it around. As Hall will drive in, gets stopped by Dawson Reuter, and then kicks it into the left corner. Nicholson with the ball, 8 seconds left on the shot clock, and a Hayes High player fell to the floor, but no foul calls. Ian Premer gets the shot to fall. He's already up to 4 points. And now Trey Oakley with the ball, standing on the A of the midcourt logo. 8-0 is the Great Bend lead. As Dawson Reuter pump fakes a few times, looking for someone to pass it to, gives it over to Trey Oakley. Now Tiger Johnson takes it. Standing at the top of the arc, finally dribbles and then gives it over to Trey. He'll go into the left corner, bounce passes into Dawson Reuter, 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Trying to back down Ian Premer. He'll try the hook shot, it's no good. And it's tipped over to Jacob Hall. Premer with the ball, gives it over to Jacob Hall. He'll try the 3-pointer. This one's short, and the rebound will go to the Panthers. Cooper Owenmocht recovers it. Minton will slow the pace down for Great Bend. As he'll go into Ian Premer, who's standing at the free throw line. His man backs off, and Dawson Reuter comes in on the defense. Spinning, he'll try the fadeaway shot, and it's good. And we're going to get a timeout called by Hayes High as the Panthers have jumped out to a 10-0 lead through the first through the first 4 minutes of tonight's game, as it's a 10-0 lead with 3:55 remaining here in the first quarter. So we'll take a timeout as the two teams talk things over. This is Hayes High basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Prophet. We hope to see you there, and remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
Back here at Hayes High School with 3:55 remaining here in the first quarter, as Great Bend has jumped out to an early 10-0 lead. And Hayes High going back on offense. They're working from right to left as Trey Oakley walks it up the floor. He'll cross half court, and we'll kick it over to Tiger Johnson. Back to Oakley. Looking and waiting for the offense. Instead gives it back to Johnson on the right wing. Inside to Reuter, trying to back down his man. And we're going to get a whistle, and it's going to go against Ben Nicholson, who was on the defense against Reuter. We're going to say he reached in as Reuter was trying to back him down. So Hayes High will go three across the baseline once again. This time in the backcourt is Isaac Fox. Kano goes into Johnson. And now Fox will take it and back to Kano. Kano trying to work past Cooper Ohnmacht, and now Isaac Fox will take it. Trey Oakley pump fakes a three, driving into the paint. Tries it off the glass, too strong, and rebounded by Ian Premer. Hayes High 0 for 3 to start the game from the field. And a layup now at the other end for Jacob Hall is good. Trey Oakley with the ball. Daxton Minton pressuring him, gives it over to Johnny Kano. Hayes High will wait with it. Oakley takes it and then kicks it over to Johnson. Hayes High just trying to work it around and find the open look as Trey Oakley stands with it on the right wing. Being guarded by Minton, he tried driving in and then loses it, and it'll be stolen by Jacob Hall. Daxton Minton will work with the ball, guarded by Kano. He kicks it into Hall. And now we'll go to Ben Nicholson. He'll try a three-pointer. It's on the way, and it's good. 15-0 is the Great Bend lead with 2:29 remaining in the first quarter. And we will take a timeout as well. This is Hayes High basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or tick it.
Back here at Hayes High School, as the two teams come out of the timeout, it's Great Bend in front 15-0 with 2:29 remaining here in the first quarter. They've been able to take advantage of Hayes High's mistakes, force turnovers, and they really just can't, and Hayes High just hasn't been able to get the open looks to fall. They'll put Cooper Lindenmeyer back into the game. Also on the floor is Isaac Fox, Dawson Reuter, Trey Oakley, and Tiger Johnson. For the Panthers, it's Ben Nicholson as well as Jacob Hall, Cooper Ohnmacht, Ian Premer, and then Isaiah Reed just checked in for the first time tonight. Cooper Lindenmeyer will take the pass, will drive into the paint, stop, spinning around. He'll try the layup, it's no good, and rebounded by Ian Premer. He'll go to the other end, and Cooper Ohnmacht can't get the layup to go, and Trey Oakley's got the rebound for his first of the night. Trey Oakley trying to back down his man against Jacob Hall. Stops on the right block and kicks it out. Cooper Lindenmeyer driving right baseline. Can't get the layup to go, but he was fouled on the way up, and he'll get 2 free throws coming up. We'll say he got shoved a little bit a little bit as it was a double team that came in to help him out. But Cooper Lindemeyer will go to the free throw line and they'll get the foul against Isaiah Reed, 6'1" senior who holds an offer from St. Mary's in Leavenworth, Kansas. And the first free throw for Cooper Lindemeyer is good. So Hayes High gets their first points with 1:57 remaining in the first quarter. As Lindemeyer will attempt his second free throw. This one off the back iron, no good. Isaac Fox will come out with the rebound, though. And Hayes High will work it back out. Trey Oakley pump fakes a three, drives into the paint, and the layup is good with the right hand. So instead of one extra point, Hayes High will get two. With it now is Ben Nicholson for the Panthers to Premer, and now over to Jacob Hall in the left corner. He'll pump fake the pass, back out to Onmacht. Tiger Johnson on the defense, gives it over to Ben Nicholson. He'll drive in, will get double teamed as he tried the layup. It's rebounded by Isaiah Reed. He'll try the hook shot, and that one bounces around, no good. And Dawson Reuter's got the rebound. Great Bend now missed their last 3 shots from the field. As Dawson Reuter takes the ball at the top of the arc, hands it over to Cooper Lindemeyer. He'll drive into the paint with a right-handed layup, and it's good. Able to drive past his man Jacob Hall, and Cooper Lindemeyer able to get the basket to go. 15-5 is the score as we enter the final minute of this first quarter. Ben Nicholson with the ball being guarded by Tiger Johnson. Kicks it over to Ian Primo. He'll try the three-pointer, and this one goes. This one will go over to Isaac Fox on the right wing. Pump fakes the pass into the paint a couple times, and now Tiger Johnson takes it. Looking, we'll give it over to Trey Oakley. Hayes High fans wanted a foul on Ian Premer, who was pushing Dawson Reuter, but Isaac Fox will drive in and miss the layup. He'll get his own miss, and will get the putback. The shot clock is off as Great Bend walks it up the floor. Cooper Onmacht with it, hands it off to Ben Nicholson, and back out to Ian Premer. And we're going to get a whistle, and it'll be a timeout called by Great Bend with just 9 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. See how long it is. This will be a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it right here as the two teams talk things over. So we'll take a look at how this first quarter's unfolded so far. Great Bend got going early. They scored the first 15 points of the game, and Hayes High didn't score until there were 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Great Bend was just able to take advantage of Hayes High's mistakes, and they've been able to hit open looks and then not allowing it for Hayes High on the other end. So as the two teams come out of the timeout, there's just 9 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Hayes High keeping the same group on the floor, and the Panthers will do the same. They'll inbound it from the left elbow. It'll be Daxton Minton inbounding to Ben Nicholson. Minton looking, trying to find someone to pass it to. We'll give it in to Jacob Hall, who pump faked a three-pointer. Now Ian Premer with it. He'll try the shot, and it's good off the backboard with an and one. Ian Premer already up to 11 points in this first quarter as Great Bend takes a 20-7 lead, and they'll make a substitution as well. They'll take Ben Nicholson out of the game and check in Taven Stroup, the 6'3 junior, for the first time tonight, as Ian Premer will attempt the free throw, and it's good. So Hayes High will just throw it in. Tiger Johnson gives it in to Cooper Lindemeyer on a baseball pass. He'll try the shot from the right wing. The three-pointer's on the way. It got off in time, but just short of the rim. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter as Great Bend got up early and has not let off the gas. They lead 21-7 at the end of the first quarter, and we'll be right back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
Sportsmanship is more than shaking hands before and after games. It is striving for fair play, positive behavior, and respect towards your opponent. It can also highlight the character and integrity of an athlete whether they win or lose. Therefore, it allows an athlete to develop maturity, responsibility, and perseverance while maintaining a competitive spirit. Achieving good sportsmanship is shown not only on the field or court, but also how an athlete positively treats others in everyday life. This is Shalaya Inslee from Marion High School with a message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Student Advisory.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Prophet. We hope to see you there, and remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
Back here at Hayes High School as we get set to start the second quarter with Great Bend in front of the Indians 21-7 after starting the game on a 15-0 run. But Hayes High will have the ball going from right to left. Trey Oakley with it, being guarded by Ben Nicholson. Bounce passes it over to Kano. He'll take one dribble and kick it over to Fox, and now with it is Oakley. Trying to hit Dawson Reuter in the paint, gets a bounce pass into him. Backing down Ian Premer. He'll try the shot off the glass. It's no good. And the rebound goes out to Trey Oakley. And it's stolen by the Panthers, Jacob Hall. With it now is Jacob Hall. Kicks it over to Minton. Great Bend working it around. We'll give it over to Jacob Hall. Ian Premer fell to the floor, but he's able to get back up as he has it in the paint on a double team, and he gets the layup to go, and another and one for the 6'6 junior. They'll get this one on number 4, Cooper Lindenmeyer, for his first of the night. And Premer back to the free throw line. And the free throw will take a bounce out, no good. And Lindenmeyer jumps up to snag the rebound. So Hayes High with the ball, kicks it over to Cooper Lindenmeyer on the right wing. And back out to Johnny Kano. Hayes High just trying to find the open looks. Now Kano takes it off the pass from Isaac Fox. Working to his right, brings it back out. Fox goes in the paint to Dawson Reuter, or correction, to the left block. Trying to back down Ian Premer as he's double teamed. He'll try the hook shot, and it's good. Huge shot there for Dawson Reuter, and now we're going to get a whistle. And it was actually an and one. Or correction, it's a turnover on the Panthers. They got called for the foul on the inbound, so Hayes High will have the ball right back. He'll go into Dawson Reuter as Johnny Kano floats it into him. Kano with the ball, kicks it out to Reuter. Hayes High just working around the arc. Lindenmeyer will drive in, stop, looking for someone to throw to. Bounce pass over to Isaac Fox. Reverse layup is no good, and Daxton Minton's got the rebound. Minton will kick it over now to Jacob Hall, being guarded by Dawson Reuter. He'll try the layup, and it's no good. And another foul call against Dawson Reuter. Hall backed him down to the right wing, or a correction, to the right block. That'll be Dawson Reuter's second personal foul, as Hayes High will likely check him out of the game now. First free throw is no good for Jacob Hall. Great Bend 1 for 3 at the line to start tonight. Jacob Hall, 65% free throw shooter on the year. They'll check Dawson Reuter and Cooper Lindenmeyer out for Hayes High. Trey Oakley and Tiger Johnson coming back in. Or correction, Trace Jacobs and Tiger Johnson coming back in. And Jacob Hall misses his second free throw as well, and it's rebounded by Tiger Johnson. Trey Oakley with the ball, passes midcourt, and then gives it over to Isaac Fox. He'll walk along the left wing, give it over to Trey Oakley. Hayes High looking for the open look. Long three on the way from Cooper Johnson, no good. As the rebound is loose, it's recovered by Daxton Minton. A lot of fans thought he stepped out of bounds as he tiptoed his way to try to get the rebound, but they'll say he stayed in. Hall with it, kicks it out to Onmacht. And he'll try a jump shot. It's on the way. Rattles out, no good. And we're going to get a whistle, and it'll be a foul call. It'll be a foul call against Hayes High. Ian Premer had his arm hooked around Isaac Fox. A lot of fans in disagreement with the call. This one will go against Isaac Fox for his first. He was hooked on Ian Premer, and then I couldn't quite tell. One of them got dragged to the ground, but they're going to give it against Hayes High for their third team foul. And right away, Isaiah Reed gets the shot to fall for the Panthers. Trey Oakley with the ball, hands it back to Johnny Kano. Cross-court pass over to Johnson. He'll try dribbling in against Daxton Minton, spins off him, tries the shot off the backboard, it's no good. Ben Nicholson comes out with his first rebound of the night. Nicholson will get a bounce pass over to Omocht as they set the offense up for Great Bend. 25-9 is the Panther lead with 5:14 remaining in the second quarter. Johnny Cano playing tight defense as Minton looks, gets a pass over to Isaiah Reed, and then Minton will try driving in off the pass. He'll try the layup, and there'll be a foul call as Trace Jacobs took the charge on the right-handed layup, and it'll be Hayes high ball. That'll be Daxton Minton's second personal foul and the second team foul of the second quarter for the Panthers, and Minton will check out of the game now as they'll bring Jacob Hall back into the game. Trey Oakley will run it up the floor for Hayes High. Kicks it over to Trace Jacobs. Pump fakes the passes and then gives it over to Isaac Fox. Back out to Trey Oakley. He'll try driving on the right side, and the layup is no good as Isaiah Reed came in on the defense, and Hayes High will go to the free throw line and get 2 more free throws. That'll be Isaiah Reed's second personal foul and the third team foul for Great Bend as Trey Oakley will head to the free throw line. 61% at the line for him this season. He has 2 points so far tonight. He'll attempt his first free throw. This one's up, and it's good. So Oakley will get set for the second free throw. He'll attempt it, and it is off the front of the rim, and Ben Nicholson has his second rebound. Owen Mott will walk it up the floor, trying to run past Tiger Johnson, kicks it out to Ian Premer. He thought about driving in, instead we'll get a pass on a cutting Ben Nicholson, and he gets the layup to go as Premer gets his first assist. With it now is Isaac Fox. Johnny Cano cuts to the basket but doesn't get the pass. Instead, it'll go cross court to Trey Oakley. Cano with it, fakes one way, and gets a bounce pass into Trey Oakley. He'll try the layup off the glass. It's good. Huge shot there for Hayes High. Now Great Bend going right away to Ian Premer as Ben Nicholson will take it. There'll be a bounce pass over to Jacob Hall. Trying to back down his man. He's looking, gives it out to Cooper Ohnmacht. 12 seconds on the shot clock, and he'll try the shot. It's no good, and rebounded by Isaac Fox for his third of the night. At the other end, Hayes High running down the court. Isaac Fox spinning past Ian Premer. The layup is no good. This one will be saved by Ben Nicholson as he dove out of bounds in the left corner. And at the other end, the Panthers looking. With it is Cooper Ohnmacht. Throws a cross-court pass to Ben Nicholson. He's guarded by Johnny Cano. Premer will take it, and now Jacob Hall with it. Premer with it being guarded by Fox. Throws it over to Nicholson, or excuse me, to Hall. He'll try the three-pointer, and it rattles around and goes in. (30-12) is the Great Bend lead with 2:50 remaining here in the second quarter. As Trey Oakley takes it on the right hand. He'll try the layup, and this will be a foul call against the Panthers. Isaiah Reed tried taking the charge, but they'll call him for the blocking foul. And now Trey Oakley heading back to the free throw line. Oakley has 5 points so far in tonight's game. And now he'll attempt the free throw. He puts this one up, and this one rattles out no good. And Hayes High will make a substitution. They'll bring Dawson Reuter back into the game, although he is in foul trouble right now with 2. Isaac Fox will come out of the game. And Trey Oakley will get set to attempt his second free throw. This one is up and good. Ian Premer with the ball off the pass from Cooper Ohnmacht. Hayes High trying to apply pressure. Cross-court pass into the left corner for Ben Nicholson. Pump fakes the three-pointer, then gives it out to Premer. Back over to Nicholson, and we're going to get a whistle as he tried driving in on the left baseline. And they'll call him for the travel. Tiger Johnson inbounds it to Trey Oakley. It's Hayes High trying to get something going on offense. They're 5 for 15 from the field so far. As Oakley will stop at the top of the arc, kick it over to Dawson Reuter, who slipped right before he got the pass, trying to back down his man, Ian Premer. And we're going to get a whistle and a blocking foul against Premer. That'll be the 15th foul of the second quarter for the Panthers. And now Dawson Reuter heading back to the free throw line. Reuter with 2 points so far, also has 2 rebounds in tonight's game. Hayes High's leader at the free throw line in percentage was 71.7. And he'll attempt the first free throw, and this one takes a couple bounces and goes in. No substitutions made for either team. The building goes silent for Reuter's free throw attempt. And it rattles around once again, and it still goes in. Hayes High still applying full court press against Great Bend as Premer gets the pass from Cooper Ohnmacht. The pass goes into Jacob Hall. He gives it back to Ohnmacht, and he'll try the shot, and it's good. With it now is Trey Oakley. Looking, gives it back to Dawson Reuter. Trying to dribble his way in, being guarded by Taven Straub. He gets a bounce pass over to Trace Jacobs, and it's stolen by Premer. His first of the night. Goes to the other end with Ohnmacht. Into Jacob Hall with Dawson Reuter. He'll try straight up. Layup is no good, and Dawson Reuter's got rebound number 3. And we're going to get a travel against Dawson Reuter. Or correction, no, they're actually going to get a foul call on Dawson Reuter, so that'll be his 3rd personal foul. Not making any substitutions, or correction, now they will. Isaac Fox made his way to the scores table, and he'll check back in, and Great Bend will check Daxton Minton back in place of Taven Straub. Minton will be the one inbounding it to the box formation from the right side of the basket. Goes into Premer, as he'll throw it into the right corner for Minton. Great Bend trying to drive in. Minton kicks it back out to Ohnmacht. Takes one dribble and goes cross court to Nicholson. Hayes High fans wanting a call as Premer pushing Isaac Fox to the ground. He gets the pass and will try the layup, and it's good. Trey Oakley will stand at the H of the midcourt logo. As the pass went to Kano, it was deflected by Premer. But Hayes High gets it back as Kano will try a 3-pointer off the pass from Tiger Johnson. It's short. Rebound still loose. Johnson gets it back. As Hayes High will just reset. Give it back out to Oakley. Trying to back down his man as he'll go on the right hand with the layup. It takes a couple bounces, and it's no good. Rebounded by Ben Nicholson. And with 36 seconds remaining, Great Bend will slow the pace down. 5 second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Daxton Minton will have the ball. Just trying to burn as much clock as possible. And now he'll try driving in against Trey Oakley. He'll stop, bring it back out, and passes out to Jacob Hall. Into the corner for Ben Nicholson, driving in on the left baseline, and we're going to get a whistle as Nicholson traveled with it before he passed it back out. And Hayes High will get the ball back with 7.7 remaining here until we reach halftime. And we'll remind you to stick around for our halftime show coming up momentarily. Cooper Lindenmeyer will be called to the backcourt to inbound the pass. As Hayes High just trying to gain some momentum before they go into this halftime break, trailing by 19. Oakley running up the floor, fakes the handoff. He'll drive all the way to the basket, and he'll get fouled by number 13, Taven Straub, with 2 seconds to go. So he'll go to the free throw line once again. That'll be the 16th foul for the Panthers. And that's Taven Straub's first foul. So Trey Oakley will go back to the free throw line. And his first free throw is up, and it takes a couple bounces and goes out. Oakley's gotten 2 of his 6 points tonight from free throws so far. And now we'll get set for number 2. This will be the 10th free throw attempt for Hayes High tonight, and it's in. And now Great Bend trying to do a baseball pass, and we're going to get a foul against the Panthers. This will go against number 2, Cooper Omocht, who pushed Trey Oakley to the ground as he was trying to advance up court to receive the baseball pass. So Hayes High, with the bonus, will go to the free throw line. We'll see what who Hayes High will send to the line. It should be Trey Oakley because he's the one that got fouled, and that is who it will be. Great Bend fans in disagreement with the call. The Great Bend coaches, I think, wanting an explanation from the official on why it was a foul. And Jacob Hall talking to the official as well, but Trey Oakley will now get set for his free throw. And he puts it up, and it's good. Nothing but net. Hayes High 7 for 11 at the free throw line in this first half as Oakley will get set for number 2, and it's good. Nine points for Trey Oakley in the first half as Daxton Minton trying to baseball pass it across court. And this one will be caught by Johnny Cano, who also tries a baseball pass to try to hit a full court shot. But that will take us to the end of the first half. Great Bend well in control of it, leading 34-18 at the break. And we'll have our halftime show with a recap of the first half as well as stats when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Prophet. We hope to see you there, and remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
Hello everyone, this is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians!
We all know how hard it is to play sports outside of work and school, but sometimes we forget that we're not the only ones that are taking in time outside of work and school for these sports. Coaches spend a lot of time outside of school at practices, games, and other team events to help every athlete succeed. They set things up before practice and stay after to help their athletes. So remember to thank your coaches for all the time and effort they put in to make your experience the best it can be. I'm Jeremy Winslow, and this was a message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association Student Advisory Team.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or ticket.
Back here at Hayes High School on the halftime show with Great Bend leading Hayes High at the break 34-18, and we'll now take a look at our recap of tonight's first half action. Great Bend jumped out to the early 15-0 lead thanks to baskets early on from players like Ian Premer as well as Ben Nicholson. In fact, Ian Premer actually had six of Great Bend's 15 points to start the game, making him the leader there, or in that stretch. But Hayes High was finally able to get on the board with a free throw from Cooper Lindenmeyer, which would follow with baskets from Trey Oakley and Cooper Lindenmeyer. And at the end of the first quarter was Great Bend leading 21-7. Both teams open up with 2-point baskets to start the second quarter, with Great Bend's coming from Ian Premer and the one for Hayes High coming from Dawson Reuter. And then the two teams traded back and forth to the point where Great Bend jumped out to a 30-12 lead. Hayes High would get the next 3 points all off of free throws one was from Trey Oakley, and then the next two came from Dawson Reuter to cut the Great Bend lead down to 15. But the Panthers scored the next two baskets from Cooper Ohnmacht and Ian Premer. And then Hayes High had the final 3 points of the first half, all of them free throws from Trey Oakley. And at the break, the Panthers lead 34-18. So we'll now have our individual and team numbers for you when we come back. This is Hayes High basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
With the latest from Tribe Broadcasting. Are you interested in going out for a spring sport? Well, with Hayes High's variety of spring sports such as baseball, softball, boys tennis, girls soccer, boys golf, track and field, and girls swimming, there might be just one for you. These sports start Monday, March 3rd, so make sure you get your physicals turned into the office by Friday, February 28th, if you wish to go out. This has been the latest from Tribe Broadcasting.
February marks Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, a time to recognize the importance of healthy relationships and raise awareness about the dangers of teen dating violence. Every year, millions of teens experience abuse in their relationships in various ways. It's critical to understand the signs and take action to break this cycle of abuse. If you or someone you know is in an unhealthy relationship, reach out. Stand up against abuse and offer support to those in need.
Back here at Hayes High School on the halftime show with Great Bend in front 34-18 at the halftime break. And we'll now take a look at our individual and team numbers. Starting off with Hayes High, the leading scorer is Trey Oakley, finishing with 10 points in that first half, with 9 points in the first half. And then Dawson Reuter finished with 4, Cooper Lindenmeyer with 3, and Isaac Fox with 2. For the Panthers, their leading scorer is Ian Premer, who had 16 in the first half. Jacob Hall was behind him with Jacob Hall and Ben Nicholson were behind him with 7. And then rounding it out, Isaiah Reed and Cooper Ohnmacht each had 2. And looking at Hayes High's other individual numbers, the leader in rebounds is Dawson Reuter and Isaac Fox, each with 3. Also with 2 rebounds is Tiger Johnson. Hayes High's assist leader with their lone assist was Johnny Cano. And then and now we'll look over at Great Bend's individual numbers. The leading rebounder at the break is number 4, Ben Nicholson. And behind him with 2 rebounds are Daxton Minton, Ian Premer, and Jacob Hall. The team leader in assists for the Panthers at the break is Ian Premer with 2. 3 different players have an assist as well, including Jacob Hall, as well as Daxton Minton and Ben Nicholson. For the Panthers, their leader in steals is Jacob Hall with 2, and then Ian Premer and Daxton Minton each have a steal as well. And we'll now take a look at our team numbers. Hayes High went 5 for 18 from the field in the first half. They went 0 for 4 from three-point range, and then they went 8 for 12 at the free throw line. And then Hayes High had 11 first-half rebounds as well as an assist. And looking over at Great Bend's numbers, they went 15 for 23 from the field and 3 for 4 from three-point range. And then they went 1 for 4 at the free throw line. And then they had 12 first-half rebounds to go with 5 assists and 4 steals. So that'll do it for our individual and team numbers, and we'll have some scores from around the state when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
Respecting officials and complying with the rules are a crucial aspect of any sporting event. Without these elements, the integrity of the game would be compromised. This is Jamarcus Tyson from Junction City High School, your 6A representative of the Acacia Student Advisory Board, delivering a message on behalf of the Kansas State High School Activities Association.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Prophet. We hope to see you there. And remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
Back here at Hayes High School on the halftime show, as we're about set to return to action. We'll now take a look at some of our scores from around the state. Starting off with Life Prep getting a 64-56 win over Southland Christian. Scott City defeats Kingman 73-28 in the 3A state playoffs. Also in Class 2A, Lakin leads Nickerson 87-28. Osage City beat Hiawatha 68-59. And some other scores include Norton winning at home over Lions 60-52. Heston defeat Belle Plaine tonight by a score of 82-23. And we got a back and forth match in Topeka as Highland Park, the top team in the 5A East, trails KC Washington by 1 point, 29-28 is the score in that one in the second quarter. Spring Hill putting Ottawa on upset alert there as the Broncos lead 25-17 in the second quarter. And rounding it out, this game, the latest update is from the first quarter. Emporia leads Junction City 6-4. So that'll do it for our halftime show. We'll have our second half action when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. Hello, everyone. This is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports, including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, and baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians.
Sportsmanship is more than shaking hands before and after games. It is striving for fair play, positive behavior, and respect towards your opponent. It can also highlight the character and integrity of an athlete whether they win or lose. Therefore, it allows an athlete to develop maturity, responsibility, and perseverance while maintaining a competitive spirit. Achieving good sportsmanship is shown not only on the field or court, but also how an athlete positively treats others in everyday life. This is Shalaya Inslee from Marion High School with a message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Student Advisory.
With the latest from Tribe Broadcasting. Are you interested in going out for a spring sport? Well, with Hayes High's variety of spring sports such as baseball, softball, boys tennis, girls soccer, boys golf, track and field, and girls swimming, there might be just one for you. These sports start Monday, March 3rd, so make sure you get your physicals turned into the office by Friday, February 28th if you wish to go out. This has been the latest from Tribe Broadcasting.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Prophet. We hope to see you there, and remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or ticket.
Hello, everyone. This is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports, including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians. Back here at Ace High School as we get set to start the second half of tonight's action. As Great Bend will start with the ball going from right to left. Daxton Minton inbounding it in front of the student section. Cooper Omott will walk it up the floor and hand it off to Ben Nicholson. Great Bend just continuing to work it around the arc and then pop it inside whenever they have the opening. As Minton will take it, drive in, and will try the fadeaway off the backboard, and it was in. Trey Oakley with it, hands it off to Kano. As he pump fakes to Isaac Fox, who was cutting to the basket. Now Kano will drive to the basket. He'll try it off the backboard, and it's in. Key shot there as Hayes High needed some momentum to start the second half, trailing by 16. Minton with it, being guarded by Kano. He'll stop and kick it into Premer. And then he'll take one dribble and give it back to Ben Nicholson. Pump fakes the pass and then gives it to Jacob Hall. And now bounce pass to Premer, who's guarded by Lindenmeyer. It's a pass out to Hall. He'll drive in against Fox, tries it off the backboard, and it's in. Oakley with it, hands it off to Kano. Pump fakes the passes, gives it over to Johnson. And now back out to Oakley. Standing on the left wing, he'll try driving in, and we'll go to the basket, and it'll be a charging foul. Another one against Daxton Minton. I believe that'll be his third foul now. But either way, that's the first foul of this half for either team. And it will be his third foul. They will keep him in the game. It doesn't look like they're sending anybody to the scores table. And now they'll send Isaiah Reed into the game. And he will go in for Daxton Minton, who will exit with 3 fouls. So Hayes High will inbound it, keeping the same formation they've gone with tonight. Kano gets a bounce pass into Isaac Fox off the backboard, and that layup's good. At the other end now for Great Bend, they're speeding their pace up now. Ben Nicholson gives it back out to Omott. Hands it off to Reed. Guarded by Kano, a bounce pass over to Hall. Hall will try driving in, stops, and then gives it back out to Premer. He'll try going in. Being guarded by Fox, spins, tries the floater. It takes a couple bounces around the rim and goes in. Trey Oakley with it into the paint, kicks it into the right corner for Isaac Fox. He'll drive in, and it'll be a blocking foul against Ian Premer. Fox pump faked the 3 and then drove in on that right baseline. Premer was trying to draw the charge but was unable to do so, and that's his second personal foul. Kano just gives the bounce pass into Isaac Fox. He's just trying to work around his man. He'll try the layup. It's no good, but he was fouled as he spun around his man, and he'll go back to the free throw line. That'll be Ben Nicholson's second personal foul and the third team foul for Great Bend here as we're just slightly past the first 2 minutes of this third quarter. Isaac Fox has 4 points so far in tonight's game, only a 45% free throw shooter this year, and this one will take a bounce off the front of the rim. So Isaac Fox will get set to attempt his second free throw. Hayes High only 8 for 13 at the line tonight, and the second free throw is good. Hayes High will keep 2 players in the backcourt on defense as Omott walks it up the floor, gets trapped and throws up ahead to Ian Premer, being guarded by Trey Oakley. He'll try the layup off the left side of the glass, and it's good. 20 points for Ian Premer as Great Bend takes a 42-23 lead. Trey Oakley stops at the free throw line and gives it back out to Fox. Kano throws it back over to Fox as he had to reach out to get it. Kano dribbling between his legs. Doesn't use the screen. Instead, we'll give it back over to Cooper Johnson. Back out to Kano. He'll try the three-pointer from the left wing. It's on the way, and it's off the backboard and rebounded to Jacob Hall. Hayes High still has yet to hit their first three-pointer tonight on 5 attempts. And with it now is Isaiah Reed. Nicholson with it, gives a lob pass into Jacob Hall, throws it to a cutting Premer. And he was fouled on the way up. This one will go against Isaac Fox. That'll be his second personal foul and Hayes High's first of this third quarter. Great Bend deciding who they want to throw the ball in. They'll send Isaiah Reed onto the baseline. Gives the pass into Ben Nicholson. Pump takes the three-pointer. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul against Hayes High. This one will once again go against Isaac Fox. I was going to say he grabbed Ian Premer, and that'll be his third personal foul, and Trace Jacobs will come into the game in his place. So Great Bend back to their same formation. Once again, it's basically the same thing. They go to Ben Nicholson in the left corner. As they'll go back out to Ian Premer. They'll get a screen from Hall as he'll now give it back to Hall. He'll try the three-pointer, and this one's good. Hayes High at the other end with Trey Oakley. He'll get a bounce pass over to Trace Jacobs, and the shot blocked by Ian Premer as he also gets the rebound. And we're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a foul against Hayes High. Hayes High fans wanting to travel, but this foul will go against Cooper Lindemeyer for his second. And we're going to get a whistle on a timeout called by Hayes High as they trail Great Bend 45-23 with 4:16 remaining here in the third quarter. And we'll step away as the two teams talk things over. This is Hayes High basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
Hello everyone, this is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians!
We all know how hard it is to play sports outside of work and school, but sometimes we forget that we're not the only ones that are taking in time outside of work and school for these sports. Coaches spend a lot of time outside of school at practices, games, and other team events to help every athlete succeed. They set things up before practice and stay after to help their athletes. So remember to thank your coaches for all the time and effort they put in to make your experience the best it can be. I'm Jeremy Winslow, and this was a message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association Student Advisory Team.
Back here at Hayes High School with 4:16 remaining here in the third quarter with the Panthers in front of the Indians 45-23. As Great Bend has the ball on offense, they'll get a pass in to Isaiah Reed on the right baseline and then bring it back out as Owen Mott will work with it. And now they'll just slow the pace down once again and wait for their offense to set up. Johnny Cano comes back and tries to get a steal, but they're going to say he reached in against Cooper Omocht. And that'll be Cano's first foul of the game. So with 4 minutes remaining, Great Bend will inbound it once again. Cross-court pass goes into Ben Nicholson, and then he throws it cross-court once again to Omocht. As Panthers just working around the arc, pass goes over to Jacob Hall on the right wing. And into the right corner, Nicholson, cross-court pass, three-pointer on the way from Omocht, and this one's good. Now Tiger Johnson, he'll try a three-pointer from the left corner. This one off the mark and rebounded by Jacob Hall for his fourth of the night. Hayes High only hit 7 of their shots so far from the field tonight, and they're still 0 for 6 from three-point range. Omocht throws it over to Hall, and then he gets it back. Nicholson takes it as Hayes High is in the zone defense, and they're going to say Nicholson will get called for the travel. So it'll be Trey Oakley in the backcourt as he'll get the inbound. The Panthers had Ben Nicholson and Isaiah Reed back there as well. But Hayes High going up the floor, gives it to Dawson Reuter. Now Jacobs over to Oakley. Reuter will take it, try driving in against Premer. It's going to be stolen by Isaiah Reed at the other end on a 2-on-1. He'll try the layup, it's no good, and Dawson Reuter will get the rebound. Johnson will walk towards the right wing and kick it over to Kano. And a bounce pass into the right block for Reuter. Off the glass, it's no good. And the ball's still on the ground, recovered by Trey Oakley, and he loses it out of bounds. And it will be Great Bend ball. A lot of Hayes High fans wanted a foul because Oakley got tripped as he went out of bounds. But either way, it's going to go back to Great Bend with 2:35 remaining here in the third quarter, and Hayes High making some substitutions. They'll take Johnny Kano and Trace Jacobs out of the game and return Cooper Lindemeyer and Carter Lang. With it is Cooper Ohnmacht as he crosses midcourt. Just playing back and trying to waste a little bit of the clock. Ohnmacht will go cross court pass to Daxton Minton. So those two just work back and forth. Now Ohnmacht will throw it into the left corner for Nicholson, into Premer, who's standing on the left baseline, gets double teamed, runs around Reuter, and then kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way from Jacob Hall is good. Great Bend 6 for 7 from three-point range in tonight's game. Now Trey Oakley with it, spins around his man. He'll try the shot, it's no good. And Ian Premer's got the rebound, his fourth of the night. And we're going to get a whistle, and Carter Lang came out with a steal for Hayes High, but I think they're going to say that, or correction, they're going to say it's a foul against Ian Premer. So Hayes High will get the ball back, and Carter Lang came out with the steal. Now Premer checking out of the game for the Panthers as they have a 28-point lead. He exits with 20 points as well as 4 rebounds and 4 assists. It's a floater into Dawson Reuter. And Tiger Johnson over to Lang. Trying to find the opening. Gives it back to Johnson at the top of the arc. Standing 5 feet away from the arc. And it's a pass out over to Trey Oakley. Driving in against Daxton Minton. Pump fakes at the free throw line. Back out to Lang. And he'll try getting it into Dawson Reuter. Trying to back down his man as he muscles his way to the basket. And the layup is no good. And Jacob Hall's got another rebound. And at the other end, a dunk for Ben Nicholson. So 6 straight missed shots now for Hayes High, and Great Bend just continuing to get it done on offense. They're 23 for 32 from the field tonight. As Dawson Reuter trying to muscle his way in, he'll get triple teamed, and he'll be called and there'll be a foul call against Great Bend on the left block. This one will go against Daxton Minton. That'll be his 4th personal foul. And now Dawson Reuter will go to the free throw line as Great Bend has been called for 5 fouls in this quarter. Dawson Reuter, a 71.7% free throw shooter coming into tonight's game. And the first free throw is up, and it's good. Daxton Minton will check out of the game as he's in foul trouble, and Dawson Reuter will get set for his second free throw. He'll put this one up, and it rattles around and goes in. And Reuter will check out, and in his place will be Trace Jacobs. We enter the final minute of this third quarter. Great Bend ahead 53-25. As Ben Nicholson throws it up ahead to Cooper Ohnmacht on the right corner. Pump fakes the three-pointer. Had the open look, but I think they just want to move it around and try to move it around, kill the clock, and try to get out here with a win as soon as possible. A win tonight will give them the 1 seed in the 5A West Sub-State. Not sure where this loss will put Hayes High. We'll give an update on the 5A West standings at the next timeout. As Ben Nicholson takes it and he tries the shot, didn't get it off in time, but the shot clock went off, but they're going to say that it didn't go off in time, and it goes out of bounds in favor of Hayes High. Jacob Hall got the rebound, and it went out of bounds after that. The shot clock went off with when Nicholson clearly had the ball still in his hand, but there was no call made. But either way, Hayes High will just walk it up the floor. Shot clock is off as we enter the final 20 seconds. Trey Oakley being guarded by Ben Nicholson, waiting for a screen. Doesn't get it from Reuter. Instead, Reuter will get the pass. And trying to back down his man to the basket. 2 seconds left. He'll try the fadeaway at the buzzer, and it's no good and rebounded by Jacob Hall. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter with Great Bend well in control of this, leading Hayes High 53-25 as we're about to go into the final 8 minutes of tonight's game. And we'll have our fourth quarter action when we come back. This is Hayes High basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
Respecting officials and complying with the rules are a crucial aspect of any sporting event. Without these elements, the integrity of the game would be compromised. This is Jamarcus Tyson from Junction City High School, your 6A representative of the Acacia Student Advisory Board, delivering a message on behalf of the Kansas State High School Activities Association.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or ticket.
Back here at Hayes High School as we are about set to start the fourth quarter with Great Bend in front 53-25. And before the two teams return to action, we'll take a look at the 5A West standings. With Great Bend on track to win this game, they will improve to 18-2, which will lock up the 1 seed for them. Loss would put them in question with Cape and Mount Carmel and Andover right behind them with a 17-3 record, but they should have it locked up now at this point. This loss will, Hayes High will likely drop to 12-8 now. Their only other 12-8 team right now is Andover Central, so it's not clear what seed Hayes High could end up in. They could still possibly be the 6th seed, but now they're on offense, and a three-pointer from Tiger Johnson is good, and the assist from Dawson Reuter. First made three-pointer of the night for Hayes High, ends a 7-shot drought. As Cooper Ohnmott will take it, he'll give it over to Daxton Minton on the right wing. As they'll just work it around, a pump fake pass. Just continuing to work it around the arc. Cross-court pass again. Nicholson pump fakes the three, bounce passes it over to Premer. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Three-pointer on the way now from Nicholson, and he hits another one. So now with it, Dawson Reuter on the left block, trying to back down his man to the basket. He'll try the hook shot, and it's good. Daxton Minton running up the floor on the right wing. He's thought about driving to the basket, instead brings it back out. Brings it back out to Ohnmott. And Premer will back down Oakley and kick it back out. Hall pump fakes a three-pointer, drives in, has a clear path to the basket, but it closes up. Instead passes it back to Premer. He'll get double teamed, and he'll try the layup off the left side, and it's good. Now Trey Oakley, he'll try a layup at the other end. Dawson Reuter had the rebound, and it'll get tipped to Trey Oakley. And now Dawson Reuter to the basket, and he's going to get called for a charge underneath the basket, as Daxton Minton was the one that took it. And that'll be Dawson Reuter's 4th personal foul. And he's going to come out of the game once again. Again, it's Isaac Fox checking in his place. So as we're through the first 2 minutes of this fourth quarter, Great Bend up by 28. We'll get Cooper Omach will try the floater, and it's good. With it now is Carter Lang, and he'll drive in and get fouled. So Great Bend now with a 30-point lead. The running clock has officially started, and it's a steal by Ian Premer. He'll go to the other end against Johnny Cano, and he'll try the layup, and it's good off the left side. So Premer now matching what he averages, 24 points per game. He has 24 tonight. 5 minutes remaining as Isaac Fox driving in, being guarded by Jacob Hall. Tries the fadeaway shot, and it rattles out, no good. Jacob Hall will get the rebound, and we're gonna get a timeout on the floor. So it's with 4:55 remaining here in the fourth quarter. We'll keep it right here, and we'll try and see if we can get some scores from around the state. So the ones that we have at the moment, Junction City was ahead of Emporia 14-12 at halftime. Spring Hill still ahead of Ottawa, who's the top team in 4A, 25-17. Casey Washington and Highland Park, that is a very competitive game down in Topeka. That one in the fourth quarter with Washington ahead 42-41. Heston is up 82-23 over Belle Plaine. We mentioned Norton defeated Lions tonight 60-52. And Lakin beat Nickerson 87-28, and then rounding it out is Osage City defeating Hiawatha by a final score of 68-59. So back to the action with 4:55 remaining. Jacob Hall will inbound it to Ben Nicholson. As he'll bring it up the floor, kicks it over to Minton. And now Hall will take it. As Great Bend just works it around the arc. Looking for the open look when it's there. And Hall trying to back down Fox, kicks it over to Minton, who pump fakes the three-pointer in the right corner. Tried driving in against Carter Lang and throws cross-court to Ben Nicholson, who's double-teamed on the right base or left baseline, brings it back out. Daxton Minton gets the pass with 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and Isaiah Reed loses it out of bounds, and it will be Hayes High ball. Great Bend fans wanted a foul, but it will be Hayes High ball as it was last touched by Isaiah Reed. So we're going to get a timeout. The timeouts for Jacob Hall for the Panthers, who's now bleeding from his right elbow. In his place, they'll check in Taven Stroup, the 6'3 junior, who's a first-team WAC selection in cross country. And Great Bend's coach is wanting an explanation. It's a timeout, but the clock is still running, and it's now dropped to 3:35 where they finally stop it. So as we wait for them to return to action, not quite sure what they're stopping it for this time. There's the ref on the opposite end of the floor is calling for a stoppage. I think they're saying there's a wet spot on the floor. It's very unclear what this timeout is for. It's near where Trace Jacobs is standing on the left wing for Hayes High, which is on the opposite end for us. Looks like there was a spill. So Hayes High Athletic Director Lance Cranweir comes in to clean it up. And we'll step away for a few seconds. So we return to action now as they still got one more spot to clean up on the floor. As we said, Jacob Hall just went out of the game because he was bleeding from his right elbow. And now there's spots all over the floor that they have to clean up. So Hayes High's trainers out there to take care of that. And he just gets the final spot. So correction, another ref is saying that there's one more spot, but they're just gonna ignore that. So Hayes High with the ball. Carter Lang gets the inbound from Cooper Johnson. Hayes High just trying to fight back and get some points. They're not going to win the game, but they could be affected in a big way by marginal points as Tiger Johnson tries the three-pointer, misses it, but it's rebounded out to Cooper Lindenmeyer as he'll try going in, misses it, and it's rebounded to Daxton Minton. And at the other end now, it's a layup for Ben Nicholson, and it's good. .6-0 run for Great Bend, and with it now is Kano. Carter Lang in the left wing. Now Kano drives into the basket with the left hand. The layup is no good, but he's going to get fouled on the way up. And 2 free throws coming up. We'll see where this foul goes against. It's going to be against number 5 Jackson Wandra. And Johnny Kano, he'll try the free throw, and this one's good. And Great Bend will make some substitutions as Daxton Minton checks out of the game tonight. And Kano's second free throw, this one's good as well. Ethan Sommers with it now. The 5'9" junior being guarded by Carter Lang, gives it over to Isaiah Reed. It's Great Bend just trying to get some ball movement in. They're waiting until the shot clock runs down before they get the open looks, but Isaiah Reed drives in, and Cooper Lindenmeyer gets the rebound. And we're going to get a whistle, and this one's going to be against Isaiah Reed, who tried to steal it back from Lindenmeyer. That'll be his 4th personal foul. Great Bend not making any substitutions at the moment. They did check in Dominic Price, the 5'10" senior, into the game. And Johnny Kano will try to pull up three-pointer. It takes a couple bounces, and it's no good. And it's going to be a foul call against Great Bend. This one will go against Taven Stroup. That'll be his 2nd personal foul as the pass goes into Tiger Johnson. Fadeaway three-pointer on the way as an air ball and rebounded to Jackson Wandra. And Johnny Kano tried stealing the ball from Isaiah Reed. And that'll be the 3rd team foul for Hayes High, and it's Kano's 2nd. Or correction, that's Hayes High's 2nd team foul. So as we enter the final minute of this 4th quarter, Jackson Wandra gives it over to Taven Stroup, and he'll drive in. Isaiah Reed with it, fading away, and it's no good, but 2 free throws coming up. And he'll step off to the side for a second, got hit in the face. So Reed will go to the free throw line, 66.7% free throw shooter. And his first free throw is up, and this one's good. And the 2nd free throw for Isaiah Reed. This one is good as well. Carter Lang with it. In the final 6 seconds, gives it to Cooper Lindenmeyer. He'll drive into the paint and misses the layup. And this one will be rebounded by number 1, Ethan Sommers. And that will do it as Great Bend wins it tonight by a final score of 66-32. And they will improve to 18-2 on the year, and they will finish WAC play 8-0, giving them the outright championship. And Hayes High will finish the regular season with a record of 12-8. So We'll have our post-game show coverage when we come back. This is Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network.
Hello, everyone. This is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports, including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians.
If you wanted to shred like that guy, then you should come join Hayes High's very own guitar club. If you are interested, come hang out with us every Monday and Wednesday from 3:05 to 4:30 at room 116 with Mr. Prophet. We hope to see you there, and remember, practice till your fingers bleed.
Sportsmanship is more than shaking hands before and after games. It is striving for fair play, positive behavior, and respect towards your opponent. It can also highlight the character and integrity of an athlete whether they win or lose. Therefore, it allows an athlete to develop maturity, responsibility, and perseverance while maintaining a competitive spirit. Achieving good sportsmanship is shown not only on the field or court, but also how an athlete positively treats others in everyday life. This is Shalia Inslee from Marion High School with a message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Student Advisory.
Attention drivers and passengers. Your safety is paramount. Buckling your seatbelt is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself on the road. In the event of a crash, seatbelts can reduce the risk of serious injury by up to 50%. So whether you're commuting to work or embarking on a long journey, make sure everyone in the vehicle is secure. Remember, seatbelts save lives. It's not just a good habit, it's the law. So click it or ticket.
February marks Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, a time to recognize the importance of healthy relationships and raise awareness about the dangers of teen dating violence. Every year, millions of teens experience abuse in their relationships in various ways. It's critical to understand the signs and take action to break this cycle of abuse. If you or someone you know is in an unhealthy relationship, reach out. Stand up against abuse and offer support to those in need.
We all know how hard it is to play sports outside of work and school, but sometimes we forget that we're not the only ones that are taking the time outside of work and school for these sports. Coaches spend a lot of time outside of school at practices, games, and other team events to help every athlete succeed. They set things up before practice and stay after to help their athletes. So remember to thank your coaches for all the time and effort they put in to make your experience the best it can be. I'm Jeremy Winslow, and this was a message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association Student Advisory Team.
Hello, everyone. This is Hank Corsair, your voice of Hayes High Athletics on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We want to thank you all for tuning in to today's game, and we also want to remind you that Tribe Broadcasting is your home for exclusive coverage of Hayes High Athletics with live video of games, team hype videos, features in the monthly news, and so much more. Plus, you can catch me throughout the year doing live play-by-play of varsity sports, including football, volleyball, and boys soccer in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, baseball, softball, and girls soccer in the spring. So keep it right here with the coverage of today's game, and go Indians.
Back here at Hayes High School on the postgame show as Great Bend wins it tonight by a final score of 66-32 to win the outright WAC title. And we'll now take a look at our recap of tonight's game. Great Bend got off to a 15-0 lead early on, but and then Hayes High would follow with their first points coming as they scored the next 5 points, which first came from a free throw from Cooper Lindenmeyer and then followed by a basket by Lindenmeyer as well, and then Trey Oakley followed as well. And then Great Bend jumped out to a 21-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. Two teams traded shots back and forth to start the second quarter. as Great Bend still kept their lead in that same area, leading 27-12. And then they had a three-pointer from Jacob Hall. And then Hayes High would score their final 6 points of the first half from free throws, with 2 of them coming from Dawson Reuter and 4 of them coming from Trey Oakley. And the last 4 points for Great Bend were baskets from Cooper Ohnmacht and Ian Premer. And going into the second half, Great Bend jumped out to a 40-23 lead and would follow with a 13-point run to go up by 30 points. And then Hayes High would end the third quarter with 2 free throws from Dawson Reuter. And then Hayes High started the fourth quarter with another free throw from Tiger Johnson. And after a three-pointer from Ben Nicholson, the Panthers got running clock with a 30-point lead. And they would eventually jump out to a 64-30 lead, as Hayes High's final 2 points of the night were free throws from Johnny Cano, and the final 2 points of the night for the Panthers were free throws from Isaiah Reed. And we'll now take a look at our final numbers, starting off with Hayes High scoring. The leader tonight was Trey Oakley with 9, and right behind him, Dawson Reuter finished with 8. With 5 points tonight was Isaac Fox. Johnny Cano finished with 4, and then Tiger Johnson and Cooper Lindenmeyer finished with 3. Looking over at Great Bend, their leading scorer tonight was Ian Premer, finishing with 24 points, matching his average this season. And Jacob Hall finished with 15 points. Ben Nicholson had 14, and Cooper Ohnmacht finished with 7, and rounding it out is Isaiah Reed with 4 and Daxton Minton with 2. Looking at Hayes High's other individual numbers, their leader tonight in the rebounding category was Dawson Reuter and Trey Oakley, each with 4. And also getting 3 rebounds were both Isaac Fox and Cooper Lindenmeyer. For Hayes High, they had 3 assists in tonight's game, with Johnny Cano having 2 of them, and the other one coming from Dawson Reuter. And looking at the steals column for Hayes High, their lone steal came from Carter Lang. And now looking over at Great Bend, their leader in rebounds was Jacob Hall, who had 8 rebounds in tonight's game. Behind him was Ian Premer with 4, and Ben Nicholson had 4 as well, and Daxton Minton finished with 3. Leader in assists tonight was Ian Premer with 5. Behind him was Ben Nicholson with 2, and then in the steals category, the leaders were both Jacob Hall and Ian Premer with 2, and also getting a steal was Daxton Minton. And then rounding it out in the blocks category with Great Bend's lone block tonight was Ian Premer. And we'll now take a look at our team numbers for tonight's game. Hayes High went 9 for 35 from the field and 1 for 10 from three-point range. They went 13 for 18 at the free throw line, while getting 16 rebounds in the game, as well as 3 assists and a steal. And for Great Bend, they go 28 for 39 from the field tonight and 7 for 8 from three-point range, while only shooting 6 free throws but making 3 of them. And they had 23 rebounds in the game as a team, as well as 9 assists and 6 steals and a block as well. So we'll now take a look and see if we can get some final scores from around the state, and also see if we can get an update on the standings in the 5A class. So looking at the final scores for some of the games, we've mentioned a few of them so far. A new one, Wichita Homeschool wins over St. Mary's Academy 57-43. Sunrise Christian defeats Christ Prep Academy 66-38, the final score in that one. Highland Park is pulling away now against Casey Washington. That game 59-52 in the fourth quarter. And some other scores. The most recent update in the Spring Hill Ottawa game came in the second quarter, with Spring Hill ahead 25-17, and Junction City leads Emporia 31-29 in the fourth quarter. And those are our final scores for the boys' games. We'll see if we can get some for some of the girls' games happening tonight. Hutchinson defeats Salina South 44-35. Some other games tonight include Highland Park defeating KC Washington 52-20. Central Heights is ahead of Oswego 28-18 in that game in the fourth quarter. And rounding it out, some of the other scores: Conway Springs defeats Republic County 43-34 as part of the 1A state playoffs, or 1A sub-state. Piper defeats Turner. That one wasn't close at all. 92-11 the final score in that one. Topeka West defeats Lansing 67-45. Gardner Edgerton defeats Lawrence 73-59. St. James Academy goes on the road and beats Blue Valley Northwest 52-44. And that will round out our final scores as we take a look now at our standings for the 5A on the girls' side. So Hayes High won by at least 15, which they had to do tonight to fully secure the spot without question, regardless of what happens in that Topeka Seaman game against Shawnee Heights. So the Hayes High girls are 20-0, and that should likely put them in a matchup against Topeka West, who is 5-14. Not sure the final score on their game yet, but we'll now take a look at the boys' side. As Great Bend wins, they fully lock up that 1 seed, going 18-2 ahead of the two 17-3 teams behind them, which were Cape and Mount Carmel and Andover. And after tonight's result, it's going to depend on the marginal points of where Hayes High is going to stand. They will either be the 6 seed, the 7 seed, or the 8 seed, because Andover Central's 12-8. Their marginal points are 1.85, and they played their final game. Topeka West is 11-8 with 2.78 marginal points. So there's a good chance that Topeka West could jump Hayes High, but the way it looks right now, they're either the 6 seed or the 7 seed. But that's going to wrap up our coverage of tonight's game. Again, the Hayes High girls win their game tonight by a final score of 67-23 to go undefeated for the first time in school history and secure the WAC championship. And in the boys' game, Great Bend got up early and wins by a final score of 66-32. So we want to thank you all for tuning in to tonight's game. I'm Hank Corsair. This has been Hayes High Basketball on the Tribe Broadcasting Network. We will see you all next time.